Help if I actually would help if you were actually in the right place. Oh, hello everybody, and welcome to the United Stand. Not bad. Hello everybody, and welcome to the United Stand. Hope you're all doing very well. This is the United Stand, and this is your Premier League final day watch-along, and also Manchester United against Fulham. And it's hot. It's very hot. It's really hot today. Harry Maguire is going to start. We've got some updates on the on the sale as well. I can't get my words out. Yeah, we've got updates on the sale. We've got updates on Mason Mount from David Ornstein as well. Lots to go on. It's been a long season. I'm just really hot. I need to just calm down a little bit here on this show today because it's hot, hot, and I'm sure you're hot where you are. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's cold and raining. But look, looking forward to today. Don't worry, I've got multiple screens, which is probably why I'm hot, ready for going on in this game. Obviously Manchester United, but everybody else is playing as well. So there's loads to keep us entertained this afternoon. And oh God, I'm really hot. I'm really hot. But there's the Fulham team for you. Let's get the Manchester United side up on the screen for you as well. Manchester United against Fulham here. Of course, a win does put us into third place. So, you know, there is things to play for there. Interestingly, David De Gea does start in goal, which I think is rather interesting. The bench isn't full of kids. It really isn't. Like, I think there is a bit of rotation there, isn't there? But there's no Pellistri. Oh, Pellistri is on the bench, but there's no Iqbal. There's no Mainu. I think Mainu's injured anyway. I don't know about the status of Iqbal. But the bench has got Martial on it. It's got Varane on it. It's got Luke Shaw on it. Players that I just am not going to use in this game. I'll tell you the Man City squad in a moment, and I think that what Pep has done is exactly what we should have done. And I'm not here to take a pop at Ten Hag. He's the manager, but there is no De Bruyne on their bench. He's not even there. I don't think Grealish is there either. So there are certain players that he just hasn't bothered to even take. And I think that, you know, I expected this team. I trust this manager. I do. There is no but. I respect the team he's picked and I trust the manager, but I think he's gone too strong. I do. I don't know. Bruno Fernandes, the last couple of games, looks absolutely dead on his feet. I don't get why we're playing him. I don't get why Bruno Fernandes is playing. And then Christian Eriksen gets a break, who I wouldn't even play next week. So I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, look, there's the team for United. De Gea in goal makes no difference. We could have played Butland. De Gea doesn't matter. Dalot at right back makes sense. Malacia at left back makes sense. Maguire at centre back makes sense. And Lindelof. In fact, I think that's the back five I picked in my preview. So absolutely no problem with that. Rhythm is important. Mate, you need to learn how to coach. What rhythm are we going to lose between Thursday and next Saturday? We're not all going on a bloody expedition to the North Pole. What rhythm do you think they're going to lose? Some teams play that anyway with a week apart. Well, I don't know what rhythm you're talking about. They're not learning dance moves. This isn't Britain's Got Talent. This is football. Anyway, into the midfield, Fred and Casemiro. I mean, I can sort of... Is this an insight into next weekend? Is there a bit of rhythm there? Is he looking at this team for next weekend? Potentially, that front six could be his front six. I spoke about this morning. The yellow card thing about Casemiro is a joke, by the way. It's not a joke, Elizabeth. It's a myth. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. I can't see. Yeah, the yellow card thing is a myth. They will have a week off, plenty of recovery, says Mao. No, I don't agree. I don't agree. It's not about recovery. It's about risk. I'm sorry, I'm not going to agree on this one. I don't agree with it. I really, really don't. He's obviously starting the front line. He's thinking about starting next week. Not sure why everyone is shocked. And I think that's the only explanation, Andy. But I'll tell you now, if Bruno or Casemiro or any of those first team players get injured, then, you know, it's a risk. I wouldn't have took that risk. I really wouldn't. I would have left it. I would. But look, I'm not going to talk about it any more than that. I've said my piece. I wouldn't have risked it. I would have wrapped them up. You know We've been victim of some stupid tackles this year. We lost Anthony on Thursday night. We've lost Martinez. We've lost Ericsson this season. We've seen Rashford pull up. Tabasco says he wants third, Mark. I want to win the FA Cup, mate. I want to win the FA Cup. I couldn't give a shit about third. I really couldn't. I want to win the FA Cup. And I don't want to basically spend the next 90 minutes panicking that one silly tackle puts somebody out. It's just not worth the risk. But look, let's move on. The bench: Anthony Martial, Christian Eriksen, Varane, Luke Shaw, Weghorst, Pellistri, Wan-Bissaka and McTominay. So it's a very strong bench as well. I thought we might have seen Anthony Elanga because surely he's going to leave. Brandon Williams is probably going to leave as well. Look, I'm not the boss. Ten Hag's the boss. Respect. Mark, can we actually join the group with Bayern? If so, I hope, because I want to see we do against them, says Luke. Okay. And he obviously, we've done that one as well. Thank you very much. So, there's the Manchester United team lineup on the screen for you. And obviously, everybody is kicking off at the same time as us today. So, we will be keeping you up to date with everything that's going on. The Fulham lineup for you, if you are interested, that's who we're playing. Fulham have an opportunity to do nothing. They are in 10th. They are 8 points ahead of Crystal Palace, who are in 11th, and they are 4 points behind Brentford, who are in 9th. So Fulham will finish 10th, no matter what the score today. Does that mean they'll be on the bench? Well, on the beach? Well, not necessarily. He's gone with a relatively strong side. Leno, Teti, Tosin, Diop, Robinson, Lukic, Palhinha, Wilson, Kearney, Willian and Mitrovic. They'll come and have a go. Of course, Erik ten Hag is after a couple of records here today as well. He wants to get top. He wants to get third place, but he also wants to do this most home game wins in our history, which I still don't really understand how that works, but apparently it's because we've had a load of cup games at home that we've won. Win the FA Cup, stop City at all costs, says Paul Shepherd. Thank you very much. Thanks for the early super chats, by the way. You can do that through the $sign. We'll read you those out, and please do subscribe to the channel. Obviously, Harry Maguire's playing. Yes, Harry Maguire is playing. And the last time we played Fulham, they did end up with 9 men. You're right. So maybe there might be a little bit of maybe they'll have to be maybe they'll be after a little bit of revenge. I don't know. And to be honest with you, I'm not massively bothered. I'd like us to get third place, but of course, in the context of the league table, to be honest, Eric rarely goes weak, even when we're playing smaller sides. Says Sam. No, he doesn't. You're right. Gregory, thank you very much. Not Casemiro, says Bomda. I think that if I can just show you the league table as well, this is how it looks for us. We have got 72 points, and obviously Newcastle have got 70 points. They've got a way better goal difference than us. So if we draw with Fulham and they beat Chelsea, we will finish 4th. Basically, we've got to win. If we win, we'll finish 3rd with 75 points, which I think I said at the start of the season, and I'm going to say it again in August. It's about point tally when you can't win the league. We were never going to win the league this year, and I was like 59 points last year. If we can hit the mid-70s, that's a really good season for us. I mean, somebody in the chat will let me know. When was the last time we hit 75 points? I would guess it was either Ollie's second or Mourinho's second, but I bet we haven't done it that many times in the last 10 years. So for Ten Hag to do that in his first season, 75 points is always going to get you top 4. 72 is probably going to get you top 4, but 75 is always going to get you into the top 4. So I think that would be something at the start of the season, that 75 points, definitely. And then next year, you're saying, can we get 85 points? So these are good markers to set out, and win today and we finish 3rd. And I'd like to finish 3rd. I'd like to finish above Newcastle. There's this sort of, I don't know whether anybody else has felt it, but there's this sort of myth that Newcastle have had a better season than us. Contextually, they've done very, very well, but I almost feel like there is a bit of a feeling that Newcastle are better than us. And I'm like, well, we beat them in the Carabao Cup. We're above them in the league. We're in the FA Cup final. They're not better than us. And I've got respect for Newcastle. They should be in the top 4, but I'd actually quite like to finish above them now. Yeah, I think I would like to finish above. Well, of course I would. I hope we play free attacking football and not hold back with the FA Cup in mind, says Sareth. Mark, if you were watching any other game apart from United today, who would it be? Well, I will be, John. I will be. That's what I've got this for. I've got this screen, that screen, that screen. So I'm covered. Don't you worry about that. This will be a grudge match for Fulham. Mitrovic will go hard. Cassie needs to keep his head, says Gregory. I'd rather has rested as many players as possible ahead of the City game. Champions League qualification is assured. We won the Carabao. Stop City in the FA is a good season, says Rob. Eric is trying to build a winning mentality. His way of turning the mentality around is to play like every game is a final to stop the mental flops, says the most. Mate, look, I don't care what people think because you're all entitled to your opinion. James says, hi Mark, sorry missed the start, not sure if you've gone over this. Did you see Sky still have Jim leading the race? We're going to talk about that in a minute, James. And I think Fred needs to start since he hardly plays, says Alexio. And Pep is resting, protecting his important players. I think Eric is a little bit naive. Yes. Well, look, Fad, I'm going to say this because I think you've got to be honest. I will back Ten Hag. I wanted Ten Hag as the manager, and if this is the team he wants to pick today, this is the team he wants to pick today. I'm not going to say, he's wrong, because I support this manager. What I will say is, if I was the manager, and I'm obviously never going to be, then there is no way that Casemiro or Bruno would be playing this game. I wouldn't pick them. They're too important. Bruno looks knackered, and Casemiro, we live or die on whether he's on the pitch. So those two players, like Varane's not on the pitch, have to not play for me. We saw against Reading, Eriksen shouldn't have even been on the pitch. And he was out for 3 months because of a bad tackle by Andy Carroll. There was no reason for him to be there. And I'm sure we'll get away with it today, and everyone will go, oh, what were you moaning about? But ultimately, if you walk on thin ice and you fall through it, people will say, why did you walk on thin ice? And I just wouldn't have used them today. However, there is another side to this coin. Man City are favourites. Is that the front six for Man City? Because I said this morning. I think you need a bit of pace against Man City. So is he going to go Garnacho, Sancho and Rashford with Bruno, Fred and Casemiro? And is he just giving them an hour to sit, to get a bit of rhythm in a proper game against a competitor who will come and give us a game? You could look at it like that. City all the way. If your team wins today, you would actually have more points than when Ollie got second. Ollie finished with 74 points in his best season, finishing second. So City all the way. I think that might be a motivator. But look, Harry Maguire's playing today. I think we know that Harry Maguire can play in a game like this and we can still get a clean sheet. I'm not worried about that. Malacia, Delo, good to see them getting a bit of game time. So there is rotation there. Carrie, welcome to the Members Club as well. Right, a few people quite rightly have spoken about some breaking news coming in around the sale of Manchester United. I will read you these quotes because it's easier to do that. And then we can go from there. But effectively, remember what I said yesterday about how there would be a glazer at the FA Cup final next week, and that what I was told yesterday, very unlikely that the sale will be announced before the FA Cup final now. So, we got this story about maybe hearing something on Friday or the weekend. Well, obviously that story was very inaccurate. There was a meeting on Thursday with the executives discussing sale options. No decision was made. No preferred bidder was picked. However, this is all coming from Sky. The feeling is that Sir Jim is still the favourite to get hold of Manchester United. And there's a lot more technical detail than that, but effectively that's where we're at. So it's an interesting one, and I think that what you got to look at is how you interpret that. And I'm just trying to find the actual quotes because I've seen people talking about it today. So I just want to give you the actual quotes because obviously knowledge is power. So let me just read this back to you. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way, bottom right hand corner. So I'm just going to read these back as they came in. Man United directors met on Thursday to discuss the progress of its $5 billion plus auction. And were updated on the sale process by the Rain Group. A source close to the auction said they did not opt to enter into a preferred bid stage with either party. So that's still not happened. While there are no exclusive negotiations yet, Ineos remain the leading bidder for Man United despite a further offer from Qatar. A further proposal still remains a possibility. A signed deal with either bidder for Man United is said to be unlikely prior to the FA Cup final against Man City next weekend. Ineos bid is said to value the whole of Man United at somewhere between 5 to 5.5 billion. Part of the justification for a high valuation for Man United resides in potential future control of the club's lucrative broadcast rights, alongside a belief that arguably the world's most famous sports brand can be commercially exploited more effectively. So there you go. That's where we are at. And, you know, getting big updates like this, you'd rather get them on Tuesday because we could talk about it a little bit more in depth. But there is no other side to this coin. If your players can't be rested without losing mentality and rhythm, then clearly you have the wrong players, says Stuart Walker. Thank you. So what's my interpretation of what Sky are saying? I'm quite relaxed, actually. A lot of people are getting panicked that the preferred bidder could still be Sir Jim. But I don't. The thing I will always say about this is, if Sir Jim is the favourite and they met on Thursday and they didn't choose yet, then I'd be very worried if I was Sir Jim. Because if he's the favourite and that's the bid they want to take, why didn't they just take it on Thursday? Why are they still carrying on thinking about it? And the only logical reason is they're trying to get more money. They're trying to get people to up their bids, aren't they? So I still think it's going to run and run. Assuming your 600 million transfer kitty happens, how do you see our first team and bench looking, says Dan the Man. Well, I've never assumed there is a 600 million budget, but we'll talk about that in a bit. The risk is too great, in my opinion. As long as 4 of the front 6 are substituted for the second half, I think we will be all right, says Jack. Thank you very much. I just think that in relation to that sale update that's come in from Sky, it just feels to me like there's potential for another bid to go in from Sir Jim or from Althani. So I think we're going to be played a little bit longer yet. If they wanted to take Sir Jim's bid, they'd have took it. If they wanted to take Althani's bid, they'd have took it. They've had a meeting on Thursday. They still haven't made their mind up. You know, read between the lines. People start panicking about the Sky story and they go, it's going to be Sir Jim. It's going to be Sir Jim. The Glazers are going to stay. And I'm like, well, if it's going to be Sir Jim and the Glazers are going to stay, why didn't they announce it on Thursday? Well, maybe they're waiting for the season to be over because they don't want protests. I agree. Or maybe they're still trying to get more bids. Even Sky are saying more bids could be possible. So I just think, you know, we're being milked by the Glazers. What's new? It's been going on for 18 years. And I'll say what I've said before. In relation to Sir Jim, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy what you're doing, mate. I don't know how you're going to prove us wrong as well. I'm not happy that you're going to keep the Glazers in place. I want full sale and the Glazers out. I'm not moving away from that. If some people do want to move away from that or kid themselves, that's up to them. That's up to them. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. But I do not want him to do a deal with the Glazers. I want him to buy the whole club or... Otherwise, I think he's an enemy of the club. Kane is a short-term solution. We need a young, fresh striker that gives us 4 to 6 years. Osman or Vlahovic might be our best option. Also, hello, United Stand from New York City, says Johnny. Thank you very much, Johnny. Make sure you smash a like on the video, everybody, and please do subscribe. This is the Premier League final day. We will be keeping you up to date with all the scores that are going on. We're all Man United fans, and we've got a lot of interest in this game, of course. But remember, at the end of the day, we've got, bye Paul, piss off, go outside and enjoy the sun, knobhead. That's what I do when I see people do things now. I don't give them the time of day of what they've said. I just get rid of them. But no, I think with regards to today, you've got Everton at home to Bournemouth, could get relegated. You've got Leeds at home to Spurs. They're going to get relegated. It's always a good day when Leeds get relegated. And of course, Leicester are hoping that Everton don't win and they could stay up. So yeah, I think we will keep it up. We will keep you updated. We're all football fans. Also, I'm very interested in what's going on at Chelsea as well with Newcastle. I'm a bit like, I understand actually, but I did want to ask you about this. Eric absolutely wants the best of both worlds, says Luke. I don't know about you, but I actually really enjoyed it when we played Bournemouth last week. And Liverpool were playing at the same time. I know it doesn't happen very often, and I know why it doesn't happen. It's because of TV, and, you know, it would be a nightmare if everybody kicked off at the same time every week because you wouldn't get to watch different games because you just watch United. But it is quite exciting final day, knowing everyone's kicking off at the same time, and we've certainly got a few things to keep an eye on. And I certainly think that, you know, we've got a really good chance of finishing third, because I think Chelsea surely will want to finish the season at Stamford Bridge with a positive result. Vitali says, Mark, your hate towards Eriksen is not reasonable, yet you love towards Anthony, who's arguably the biggest flop. We trust the manager, but need to call out mistakes as well. You made yourself a prat twice there. You're a double prat. One, I don't hate anybody. I get tired of the word hate. I think it exposes you as an idiot. Like, where does the word hate come from? You hate Eriksen. You hate Maguire. You hate McTominay. I live in a life without hate. So how can I hate a footballer? Which I love football. So I don't hate Eriksen. I don't know where this has come from. I actually really like Eriksen. I think a lot of people like Eriksen. But what people get their knickers in a twist about is because you call out a player that they love, then suddenly you hate them. What I've said about Eriksen is this. I like him. I really like him. But I've always seen him as an attacking midfielder. And forget his United career. Spurs, Everton, Denmark. I've always seen him as an attacking midfielder. I don't like him as a centre midfielder. He's too lightweight. He's not energetic enough. And you get run over. You get run over like a packet of crisps in front of a lorry when you go to Anfield. Even I mean, look, I'm being elitist here. But when you go to teams like Anfield and places like Anfield and the Emirates and the Etihad and St James's Park, you get run over. You get run over in the midfield when you play Eriksen because he's just not defensively minded. It's not his fault. So that's why I don't want to see Eriksen playing at Wembley next week next to Casemiro. I bet Ten Hag will do it. I guarantee he'll do it. And it might be the reason we lose. And if we lose, it'll be the reason that City win the treble. I'm hoping that today we're seeing an experiment with Fred that's something that we carry on into the final. I would have played Eriksen at number 10 today. That's where I'd have played him. I'd have rested Bruno and played Eriksen at 10. I can't remember how many times we've played Eriksen as the number 10 this season. I don't remember at all. And yet I don't see him. I don't really see him as a centre midfielder. Slowly warming to the idea of Mason Mount, says Ronnie. Well, look, remember we spoke about this on Friday. I know for a fact that United are speaking to Mason Mount. Fact. Absolute. Take it to the bank and cash it. We are talking to Mason Mount. And he's very interested in coming to Manchester United. There was a bit of talk on Friday night from some Manchester journalists that we're not and they can't find any information that we are. Well, thankfully, one of the better journalists, David Ornstein, has confirmed it again. You know, he confirmed it the other day and he's confirmed it again today on Sky that, you know, Manchester United are in for Mason Mount and he's seriously considering and favouring a move to Manchester United. So, look, that deal's not done, but we're definitely in for him. You know, we're definitely in for him, and I think we're definitely in for Declan Rice as well. I'm so happy with what Erik Ten Hag has achieved from where we were this time last year. Amazing. We are finally emerging from a decade of darkness, says Stephen Gallagher. Ten Hag has said Anthony should be available for the final. That seems surprising to me, says Joshua. I'm going to come back to that. That's amazing. I was supposed to be at the game, but my pal snaked me. Bloody prats. Happy to be here in the live anyway. Mark, come on. United, says Starvin Marvin. Thank you, Starvin Marvin. I hope you're doing well. Never take the chance to thank you for your content, Mark. Normally too busy spamming chat, bigging up Anthony. So thank you. You helped me through a lot, says Lee. Oh, thank you, mate. You know, it is the end of the season. And as much as I appreciate you, it's always nice to get some appreciation back. So this could be really big news then. Let's just grab this about Anthony then, because I would be stunned if this was true. Do you think that he should have given some young players time? Look. I think with I want to come back to that. Can you remind me about young players? Because I do want to come back to that because Erik Ten Hag has come out with some very interesting comments. Anthony's on crutches. Ten Hag says Anthony's ankle injury is not too bad and should be available for the FA Cup final. And then he's on crutches. I mean, look, if Anthony's available for the final, I think that's great news. But you know, he would be really useful. I said this morning. We really do need hard-working wingers against Man City. We got absolutely destroyed at the Etihad because we didn't have hard-working wingers. They stayed too far up front. I think Anthony was very new to the team and naive, and I think it was Rashford on the other side, just didn't track back. So if we've got Anthony back for the final, you know you've got a hard-working winger there, and that's going to be really important because we're going to defend her a lot. So I really hope Anthony is back. That would be great news. Absolutely great news. He is on crutches at the moment, but Ten Hag has come out with those words, so really interested. Mark, I just want to say thanks for all you and everyone in the United States does. Look forward to seeing you in New York, Sister Dakota. Thank you, pal. And I feel like we're transitioning to a 4-1-4 formation right now. What do you think, Sir Zachary? One man's 4-1-4-1 is another man's 4-3-3. Think Eric likes pressing striker, hence he wants Kane, says Armand. And yeah, so that's good news about Anthony if he's back fit. It is good news. But look, I want to bring in 2 comments from Eric Ten Hag. Mohit, can we get Mohit blocked? Yeah, there we go. I've done it. Easy. Don't worry, we're getting rid of them. Don't even give them the light of day. They're gone. I'm just blocking a few now. Right, Jake Turner's another one as well. There we go. Goodbye. Andrew, thank you very much for the super chat there. Thank you, Ladios. Sid's gone as well. There we go. We're done. Right, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of interesting comments coming in from Eric Ten Hag. The first one is, and it's caused a few issues, is that he's basically been asked if he's going to play any young players today, and he said no, very bluntly a no. I want to. You've got to be good enough to play for me in my team, and that's how it works. I'm not going to put young players on the bench just because they're young players. Now, I said that about the bench today. There's only Pellistri in there who's relatively young. The rest of them, it's all experience. Martial's there, Eriksen's there, everybody's there. So, look, where do you stand on that? We have had a tradition in the past. You know, I think of, was it Harrop who scored that goal all those years, not that long ago? So we do that quite a lot. We do on the final day see young players. I remember Rooney coming off for Gomez, Angel Gomez. But in a way, love the channel, man. You're a top bloke, so Spread, thank you. I'm not going to read your second name. We want Glazers out, says Starving Marvin. I think you've got to respect Eric Ten Hag. He has a principle. Why should he ruin it for the final day? It's not Christmas. Basically, some people want him to pick young players because it's the final day. And ultimately, Eric Ten Hag has said the whole time he's been here, will Iqbal be loaned out, says Hassan? I don't know. The whole time he's been here, he has said, I promote youth players. I've always promoted youth players. But we do it on the principle that if you are going to be in this football team, you have to be good enough. So I'm not going to put players in here who aren't better than what I've got. And that just sets the bar very high. And Garnacho has proved it. Garnacho has proved that you can get into this first team as a youth player. He's proven it. So that's the bar that gets set. So people might moan about it, but ultimately what we'll stop seeing is youth players getting game time who aren't good enough, and youth players coming through who are good enough. And it might be a slow running tap in the first couple of years, but eventually what he's basically saying to youth development is this is the level they've got to be at. And if they're not, they won't get anywhere near the first team. Mark, will you keep us updated on the other results? Sebastian, yes, 100%. As they go in by the second, we will be keeping you up to date. And the fact that Alanga's not even on the bench today, I think says it all, doesn't it? You know, he's not even going to get a goodbye. It's... But I'm with Abdul, exactly. Garnacho is proving why he doesn't just throw them in. And I'm with Ten Hag on this. I am. Having heard what he said all season, I'm not going to give youth players game time for the hell of it. I'll give them time if I think they're good enough. And I think that's the way to go. So I agree with him on that one. Another thing he said in that interview, Casemiro said Druv says Casemiro suspension. Apparently it's not true. He's also testing their mentality as well, says Lee. I'm with Ten Hag on that. West Brom and Lukaku come to mind when thinking of the final day. Eric still knows anything is possible. He needs trusted players out there, says Marco. Yeah, especially when you're trying to win as well. And there's a lot of rotation in that back four, you know. So, you know, I don't... I get it. I get why people might want to see some young player they've never heard of before come on for 20 minutes, but that's not what Ten Hag's doing here. So there we go. The second thing he said about the team, which I was really impressed with, he was asked about how far away is this team from being where you want it to be. And he said he said a long way away, but we're making progress. And I think that's great because I agree. I look at that team and I go, well, I mean, that's not our best team anyway. But I think it's absolutely incredible that, well, I don't think it's incredible. I think it's absolutely fantastic that Erik Ten Hag comes out and says that this current team is nowhere near, well, a long way from where he wants it to be, which I think is great. Because I think it shows that he wants to, he wants the team to be in there with a chance of building a team like Man City. But to do that, you know, it's going to take more. It's going to take more, isn't it? When Sir Alex and David Gill used to say there was no value in the market, do you think they know what would happen if the club gave in to high fees and wages, i.e. the Woodward years, or just lack of funds? Lack of funds, Glennie. Did you already talk about the Anthony news, says Connor? Yes, so Erik Ten Hag has said that Anthony should be available for the FA Cup final next week. He's hobbled in on crutches to Old Trafford today, but apparently he will be available. I mean, this is what I mean. It's Anthony's injury is so weird because I've played a lot of football, I've coached football, I've watched football, and you learn about injuries, of course you do. And the weird thing about that Anthony thing is no players went over to him for ages. 2 physios were there, they let him stand up. It was almost as if everybody felt that it wasn't a bad injury apart from Anthony. And maybe that's the case, because it looked to me like that was going to be, you know, broken ankle or, you know, high ankle sprain that keeps him out for a long time. And actually, I always think the key bit on Thursday night was when they basically said to Anthony, stand up and see how you feel, because he was obviously in a lot of pain, but they were obviously like, I can't see it. I don't think there's a major problem here. So maybe it's maybe it was a psychological thing with Anthony because he's had that problem with his ankle before. Anyway, I'm excited about this afternoon. I hope you are as well. We will be keeping you abreast. I bet that gets you excited, that word. But that means we will be keeping you informed on everything that is going on in the Premier League today. So you've got Manchester United against Fulham, of course. But we've got Premier League action going on, relegation really, but also let's keep an eye on Chelsea against Newcastle, because as long as we equal their score, we will finish in third. Good morning, Mark from the US of A. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm hoping for a United win. Bit sad that Phil Jones won't get to play. Yeah, Juno, Juno, I said this the other day. There is no way that Phil Jones was going to play today, and yet some people thought he was going to walk out like bloody, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania. He's basically injured. He's not had one training session with Erik Ten Hag since he's been at the club. He was never playing, never ever going to play. So we don't need to worry ourselves about that. Why is this bloody screen so light, dark? Does anyone know how you do anything about a tablet screen being really not very bright? It's only got buttons for volume. Oh, hold on a minute. I think I might have... Yeah, up. Hey, up. Go back. Scooby-Doo. Right, I've got 3 buttons here. No. What are you? Well, I don't want volume. Yeah, I don't want volume. I want brightness. It's got me in sound mode. I don't want sound. Display. There we go. That's much better. Such a dad. Thoughts with ex-Fulham goalkeeper Rico after his accident today, says super. And I've done that from Glenny Boy as well. Please, can I just say as well, don't forget the United stand this summer is going to be hectic. Obviously, every summer we cover all the transfers, every aspect of it, and we're expecting a lot. So make sure you subscribe because it starts. It's basically already started and it will continue now. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe, get involved with the United stand, make sure you get your notifications on by ticking the bell. We're going live at all sorts of times, but we're live at 8 o'clock every night, we're live at 10 o'clock every morning, we do a 2 o'clock show. And look, over previous summers we've been live at 11 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock in the afternoon or evening. So subscribe, bottom right hand corner. You don't want to miss what's going to go on this summer. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. It's free to do that. Thank you very much, everybody. It's going to be an interesting summer. You know. We kick off in 24 minutes, but I am prepped for all the other games as well. So keen to see some youngsters get minutes today, says Cameron. You're either a troll or a prat, Cameron, because there are no youngsters on the bench, and Ten Hag has told you why. Here's an interesting question from Anch, actually. We will be updating you on all the other games that are going on. So I've got literally about 3 matches going on here, and the live chat, and a score updater. Ninja, welcome to the Members Club. Thanks everyone who supports the channel and becomes a member, by the way. If you are a member like Ninja and Tala, you get your badges next to your name. Thank you, everybody, for that. Why would anyone feel sorry for Phil Jones? He's appeared 229 times in 12 years. That's 19 games a season and has got paid well for it. About $5 million a year, says Stephen. There we go. And another member is Emma. Thank you, Emma. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. You are very, very welcome, says Fennick, one of our moderators. I've got a bright iPad as well, Alex. Yep. I've got an update that needs doing as well. Come on then, get updating. You haven't bloody got all day. Get updating. Update. Yes. No, I don't want to uninstall. I want to update. What do you mean you're pending? Get on with it. I've got football to watch. It's been an amazing season, says Dad. Yeah, I've look. I think for Arsenal and Newcastle and most clubs, it's the end of the season, isn't it? But for us, that game next season is huge. Next week, it's huge. So yeah, we've got lots to be ready about, haven't we? And I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to next week. I think this week will be major build up for the FA Cup final. Of course, nervous. Friday night, it's going to be great. Proper FA Cup final, first ever Manchester derby. Really, really looking forward to it. But I don't think we'll get any sale news this week either. But I think the transfer stories will continue because Chelsea, Pochettino's in place now, so I think the Mason Mount thing can progress in the background. I think the transfer season's open for Manchester United now. I think we could find out that we're getting Mason Mount next week. I don't think the FA Cup is going to impact on that. Remember when Graham Souness? I've played the game. Cameron says, remember when Graham Souness? I've played the game. Called Casemiro a steady Eddie. Yeah, I do. Meki, welcome to Members Club. Well, look, calls Casemiro a steady Eddie. Sacked. That's his last season. Chat shit, get sacked, basically. So yeah, Souness is no longer on Sky or TalkSport, is he? So, which is a shame. I quite like Souness as a pundit, but chat shit, get sacked. I've played the game. I've played the game. I can't stop it now. I've played the game. Just think, Marky, this time last year we was needing Brighton to do a favour just to avoid the Conference League, says Glenny. Yeah, and look, let me just give you a run through of the games we'll be keeping you updated on. In fact, I'll have to get my earpiece anyway because there's so much going on here. We've got Man United. Let's have a quick look at this. So let me just give you an update of what's going on here. You've got Manchester United, obviously, against Fulham. That's obviously our focus here today. Win this and we can stay third. Match the scoreline for Newcastle and we'll finish in third. Liverpool and Brighton are into the Europa League. They cannot be caught. But Aston Villa are playing Brighton and Tottenham are playing Leeds, so whoever, ultimately they're only separated by a point and they can't finish on the same points. So one of them get Conference League football. And it's amazing, isn't it? Villa and Spurs are fighting it out for that Conference League football spot, where most people would probably want to avoid it. So we'll keep you up to date with that. Of course, at the bottom half of the table, it's Everton who, if they win, they stay up, and Leicester and Leeds go down. It's that simple. There is a scenario where if Everton lose and Leicester lose, then Leeds can stay up. But ultimately, if Everton draw and Leicester win, then Leicester stay up. So it's really between Leicester and Everton unless they both drop the ball. Remember, Leicester at home to West Ham, Everton at home to Bournemouth. Leeds, look, it's always a great day when Leeds get relegated, but it's even greater when they appoint Sam Allardyce to do it. Soonest played the game, I am the game, says Jack. And what you think on newly promoted teams surviving next season after this season's promotion? Yeah, I think we do. Ninja, thank you. Welcome to the Members Club, Meki, as well. Thanks for joining the Members Club and supporting the channel. I think we do need to acknowledge the fact that we will have Luton in the Premier League next season, joining Sheffield United and Burnley. I think it's incredible what they've done. Why have they put Aston Villa Brighton on Sky? Surely you'd put Leeds Spurs on. Oh, they have. Oh, BT have got a game. No. BT have got that then. It's mad, isn't it? BT have got that. Yeah, I can see why they've gone with that then. That makes sense. That does make sense. I'll give them that. I'll give them that. I'm bloody muted. Yeah, so I've got that, and that. We're ready to go here. We are ready to go. So, yeah, I think Everton will stay up. But if Everton were to draw and Leicester were to win, Leicester will stay up. But there ain't no way. I can't see Leeds doing it. Luton staying up is really interesting. Luton have a very interesting ground. It's going to be a very interesting away game next season. It's another Bournemouth. Getting away tickets for Luton and Bournemouth next season, it's like rocking horse shit. It really is. Mark, Brentford can get Conference League, and I really hope they do, says Joshua. Well, I was just going to have a quick look at this. I'm Roddy Pickering. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. I was just going to have a quick look at this because a few people have been saying that to me. You've messed up on the league. Brentford can get Conference League as well. Of course they can. They've got 56 points. You're right. They can do it. It's right there in front of me. So if Brentford were to win, they are playing at home to Manchester City, so it will be difficult for them. But if they were to win, then they would get 59 points, which would put them above Villa and Tottenham. But of course, it's very dependent on Villa and Tottenham losing. Goal difference-wise, Brentford don't have a better goal difference than Tottenham and Villa. So a win for Brentford and Spurs and Villa don't win, they've got it. So yeah, another aspect, another string to the bow of this incredible final day. Yes. Can Leeds stay up? What's the situation for Leeds staying up? I'm worried. Right, okay. Leeds' goal difference is worse than everybody. So even if Leeds win, they need Everton to lose and Leicester to draw. Leeds win, Everton lose, Leicester draw. If either Leicester or Everton win, Leeds can't stay up. So it gets interesting. But look, we've got it all covered. Don't worry. We've got it all covered. And I think it's going to be a very interesting and exciting afternoon. Mark, I'm not going to lie, I'm really scared for the FA Cup final, says Neil. Well, look, we've got time to look forward to the FA Cup final. Let's just relax and enjoy the final day, knowing that we could have been in a situation tonight. We could have been in a situation today where we could have been panicked a little bit. We could have had a scenario where Liverpool away to Southampton, and if we don't beat Fulham, so we've done well ourselves to do it, haven't we? Please smash a like and share the video. You're very, very welcome on here. Looking forward to it. Oh, God. There we go. Why the Europa League ball in the background? Because, well, I'm giving that ball away. I'm sending it to Spurs. I'm going to give that to... no, I'm going to give it to Liverpool fans, not Spurs. Don't get excited. Yeah, I think that'll be gone. The Champions League ball I'm taking to Dublin for the Dublin show. The Europa League ball, I'm going to send it to Liverpool. I'm just going to drive to Liverpool and throw it out a window and then drive out quick. But yeah, look, they're all props for this season. We'll get new ones next year. It's a sign for Liverpool. I mean, subliminally, I'm taking the piss. But, you know, it's nice. Send them the Europa ball. We can go with their 7-0 cup. But yeah, look, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to United. I think we all are. But there's just so many games going on. It's great. Let me just get rid of this idiot in the chat. There we go. What's your score prediction for today's exam? But yeah, what are your score predictions? Let us know in the chat. Let us know. Salim's just happened to ask as well. 2-1 to Manchester United. I think we will concede. I'd like to finish on 75 points, says Ray. I think 75 points and a Carabao Cup is a brilliant season. I'll tell you what, though, I will say this. I think 75 points and the Carabao Cup is a fantastic season for Manchester United. There can be no doubt about that. From the start of the season and at the end of last season, if you'd said to me, you'll get 75 points, which is a 16-point swing from last year, and you'll win a trophy, I'd have said, give me some skin, high five. But the problem is, and it's not Ten Hag's fault, the problem is, he's going to get 75 points, he's already won the Carabao Cup, it's not his fault Man City are going to win the bloody treble, or trying to win a treble. I mean, if Man City had won the league, and they were out of the Champions League, we'd be there going, oh, it's great, who cares, they can have the double, whatever. But it is that. Ten Hag has done a great job in his first season, but he's got this treble thing of Man City that could happen on his watch. Luke says, I'm in recovery for alcohol and drugs. The past 9 months have been the best of my life. The United stand has helped me in tough times. Keep up the good work and never change. Love you, the mods, and the chat. Luke, very brave of you and very strong of you to share that message. I really appreciate it. And you know what? I might have a bit of a joke. I might call people a prat. I might be moody on some shows. But from the bottom of my heart, that's why if I was ever thinking about stopping doing this, I'd have a real big problem. Because, you know, people say, I'll guarantee if you were offered Saka Saturday, you'd leave. I wouldn't. I genuinely wouldn't. I dare them to offer it me because I genuinely wouldn't. Unless I could carry on doing the United Stand as much as I do. Because I love it. I love the United Stand and I love the community. And when you get comments like that from Luke, you realise, like, the amount of live community we've built over the years. We've built something really, really unique, and it is a community. And we're way more interactive than anybody else. And other people try and copy it, but we are. People say, oh, why don't you do one of them studio-based show with 4 other people? Because that's about them. That's about, oh, look at the people. Listen to us 3 chat. Listen to us 4 chat. That's about them, and well done to them, and great. Carry on doing it. That's what everybody does. But it is hard to do these shows on your own because you're talking for 2-3 hours. But it's better. It's more real. I enjoy it. So many people say to me, I don't know how you do it in the industry. They say, I don't know how you do it. I couldn't talk for half an hour, let alone 3 hours. And yeah, it probably is a skill. But you know what? I wouldn't change it because the only problem I have is when I need a piss. And ultimately, if that's the only problem I've got, I'm fine. I love the community. We've been doing it for so many years. I mean, the hours we've probably done as a community, just sat chatting, watching games, it's unbelievable, and I love doing it. And I'm so glad that it's it makes a big difference to people as well, because we do take knocks, but, I couldn't give a toss about that. I'm going to get the stats carousel rolling round, but there's the Man United side for you. We are about 10 minutes away from the start of this game now. Is it true if Casemiro gets a yellow, he's out for the cup final, says Emil? Apparently it's not true. Hi Mark, I echo Luke's comments. I'd miss you too, says Matthew. Well, it's nice to get some of these comments at the end of the season, isn't it? It is. NGD wants me to stretch. I literally got up a minute ago. My back's feeling okay, actually. I'm feeling quite energised. Hi Mark, any sale news today, says Leroy. Leroy, we did get some sale news today. We got the news that Sky have said that there was a meeting on Thursday and no decision was made, and no decision is expected to be made until after the FA Cup final. Sir Jim is still the favourite because he values the club the most, but they're not expecting any news until after the season is finished, after the FA Cup final. And, ultimately, that's not a surprise, is it? Because we have we've seen that situation pan out a lot this last few weeks. Delays, deadline of deadlines, it just keeps moving all the time. So I don't think we're surprised by that. I don't think we're worried by that. And I did say to you last week, and I said it yesterday as well, the Glazers are going to be at the FA Cup final. And therefore, them being at the FA Cup final means that they won't announce anything before, because there could be chaos at the FA Cup final if they did that. So I'm not surprised in the slightest. I think that, we've got to accept the fact that this is the way it's going to be. We don't know what the outcome's going to be. But look, Sir Jim's been the favourite for a few weeks now. If he's the favourite and they like his bid, why haven't they gone with it? That's what I would say. If he's the favourite, why haven't they gone with him? And they haven't gone with him yet. So they're either waiting until the end of the season to announce it so that there can't be any protests. I take that on board. They might not have announced it yet because they're waiting until the end of the season and they say, we're going with Sir Jim. You can't do anything about it. That might be what they're going to do. Or they're still waiting to see if another bid comes in. We'll have to just wait and see. I've told you my hunch is it will be Sir Jim with the Glazers, but that's because I always expect the worst with the Glazers. I still think it could be 50-50. Hello, Mark. Does the FA Cup Champions League spot not go to 5th place in the league? No, boo. No, that's about 20 years old. And talking about 20 memberships have just been gifted by Tam. So make sure you give a shout out to Tam, especially if you got one. What a legend. He's just gifted a 10. He's become a member himself, and then he's gifted 20 memberships. I mean, that's fantastic. Joe Dillon says, you're a legend, Mark. Thoroughly enjoyed the content this season. Can't wait for the Dublin show. Best wishes from Court, says Joe. Yeah, on this Dublin show, how many people are coming to the Dublin show that went to the shows in March? Basically, can I get away with doing the same show again? I'm not. I'm joking. I was just thinking, imagine if I just did it word for word, which I wouldn't be able to do anyway because I always wander off. Looking forward to it myself. With or without the FA Cup, with or without you. It's been a big step forward this season, says Brett. No, Brett, I'm not here for that. With or without it, it's been a big step forward. No, it all rests on that. Sean says, hi Mark, we think you're a prat. Keep up all the good work and can't wait to see you in Dublin. Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you very much. Shout out to Tam, says R1. Connor Boyd's a member as well. Oze is a member as well. Thank you very much for joining the Members Club and supporting the community. Shout out to Jeff Stelling. Last soccer special, says Darth. There's loads of things stopping this. We had Soccer AM yesterday. I think BT score. Well, it's long overdue that they stopped doing that, to be fair. Great season, Mark. Let's hope these summer signings start soon. Also, how good are Luton? Marco Asensio is Luton's first signing, says Matt. They've done a great job to get promoted. I can see Mason Mount there in the tunnel. And Jar Jar Drinks, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much. Greedy Glazers, says Jaco. What a community we have, says Lee Berman, who is a member as well. Thanks, mate. Do you think we'll stand a chance of signing Frankie de Jong? Says Al. No. I don't. I think the fact that we're going for Mason Mount, You're a fool if you think we're going to get Frankie de Jong. Look, we might go back in for him, I suppose. JD Gomez, welcome to Members Club. We might go back in for him, but the indication is that was last summer and this is now, and they don't want to sell him. So yeah, I don't think we'll do that. Just a big shout out to OneFootball, who sponsor our show, by the way. Sponsor our stats carousel. All season they've done it, so legends. Really appreciate them. You can download the OneFootball app for free. It's in the video description, link in the description, or you can use that QR code in the top left and right hand corner. The great thing about OneFootball today is you can keep up to date with all the scores, but that's not what I'm going to give them a shout out for. You can get all your latest breaking football news on there as well. But this is what I like about OneFootball. We get all the team stats, but if you want to go into individuals and check player stats, you can get all that on OneFootball as well. So links in the chat or scan the QR code. Big shout out to them. I've still got the T-shirt for Frankie de Jong. I think I'm going to throw it into the crowd in Dublin. I'm going to risk it. I kept it just in case we went back in, but I think I'm going to throw it into the crowd in Dublin. So that'll be another prize. I've got a few things to throw into the crowd. Don't worry, I won't be throwing any bricks. What do you think about the lineup? Well, let's get back to that. I mean, I'm quite happy with the lineup. I just think I probably would have rested a couple of players, but maybe he's looking to get those players, back. Maybe that's going to be the front six against Man City. Hi, Mark. Looking forward to the game. What would your reaction be if we sold Wan-Bissaka this summer? Says Farhan. My reaction if we got rid of Wan-Bissaka this summer, I would be like, oh my God. Oh my God, I can combine this with the stretch. I'll be like, I can't believe it. What? Why? Are you having a laugh? Is he having a laugh? What's he doing? I don't get it. You'd be selling your first choice right back and keeping your second choice right back. I mean, I'm sure it's happened before, but I would be very surprised, yeah. I mean, look, Ten Hag wants Frimpong. He brought a picker in. He wants Frimpong. He does want Frimpong, but I don't see why you'd sell that. Your number one right back, Alan Stevenson. Welcome to Members Club, and also Bournemouth's away record is quite good this season. Do you think they could get Everton relegated? Look, Alexander, I've got the Everton game on. I've got the Leicester game on. We've got it all covered. Obviously, we'll keep you up to date with United as well. It's Premier League final day. So whether you're a United fan or not, Thomas Farrell says, well done, Mark. I love how you present the United stand. This is how I get my information on all United and which is the lies. Thank you much for what you do. Thank you very much, Thomas. Appreciate that. Hi, Mark. Score prediction today. Weghorst hat-trick, says Zag. Well, you have to get on the pitch first. The second you throw that shirt into the crowd, the team makes an announcement. De Jong is coming to United, says Stephen Wright. Yeah, I'll have to jump in and get it back. That was a one-off print as well. It was ready to, you know what? The true story about that Frankie de Jong t-shirt is we designed it, and the designer, who is not a Man United fan, like they're not a Man United fan because it's a company that prints t-shirts and stuff. I don't know what the relevance of that is. Oh yeah, the relevance is they were like, you've not even bought him yet. Do you think you'll buy him? And I said, I guarantee you we're going to buy him. I'm 90% sure. Run the prototype and send it to me. So we had it ready to go all summer, and it never got used. Nathan Wood, welcome to the Members Club. Final one for the end of the season. Thanks for all your work, Mark, and the United Stand team, says Tammy. Look, thanks for all these super chats, just saying that they love the community. It's great. I think I think it helps a lot of people to realise that you are part of something very, very real. Wherever you're watching, we all go through upheaval and ups and downs, and to know that you're part of something. I have days where I'm like, and then I go live and I think, actually, all right, I'm looking at a camera, but I never feel like that. I never feel I'm looking at a camera in a room on my own. I always feel like I'm interacting with people, and I love it. Will it be Maguire's final bow? Says Alfred. I hope so. In the nicest possible way, I hope so. Neil Farmer gifted 5 memberships as well. Neil, you're a legend. I hope so. I hope it's the end of Maguire, because I think he needs to. I think he does need to move on. Yeah, but I don't know. Let me just get this tweet out. Premier League final day. 2-1 to Manchester United. Yeah, that's what I've gone with. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. It's going to be an action-packed summer for Manchester United, whether we like it or not. I've just been offered a cup of tea. I don't actually want one. It's not that sort of weather. It's hot. Goodison Park. I'm going to miss Goodison Park. One of my favourite grounds. I will miss it. Could be its last time. There it is. Sean Dyche. Don't worry about it, lads. If I have to run on the pitch with my big mouth and eat everybody, I will. I've eaten gravel. I'll eat Bournemouth players. We can do it. Don't do Dyche. I will be doing a lot of Dyche. I will be doing a lot of Dyche, by the way. Garnacho there giving his thing. We're 500 subscribers away from 655,000. Let's see if we can hit it on the final day. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. You definitely want to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. It's free to do it because reaction to transfers, sale news, get subscribed. This is the place to be. Thanks for all you've done, Mark. Look forward to seeing you in Dublin, says Patch. Looking forward to it, mate. Looking forward to it. You could win the T-shirt. I'll let everybody know what I'm giving away anyway before that. Players all taking the knee today. Bruno Watt wearing the armband out on the last Premier Fame of the season is pathetic. Maguire has no shame, says Jack. Well, maybe it's as a goodbye thing. Maybe that's what it's all about. I've been watching since the early Mourinho days. Love the community and how it's only grown over time, says Ozzy. Feels like a long time, doesn't it? I'm so proud of everyone on the United stand. It's been up and downs, but I've enjoyed every moment of it and I can't wait for what's to come, says Only Pockerman. And it's been a great season for United and the United stand. Recently saw this page, future football prospects, good page showing emerging or underrated players from around European leagues, says Meki. Thank you very much. And Liam, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you. Right, I've just got to get a few things set up here because it's going to be hectic. Everybody's up and running in the Prem. Carlisle beat Stockport in the League 2 playoff final, by the way. After penalties. Didn't even know that. Let me just keep you up to date with what's going on. Right, okay, I'm ready to go. I thought there'd been an early goal at Leeds, but there hasn't. Let's come back here. There we go. Hi, Mark. Watching from Australia. I only started following football this year, and you're the reason I started following, says Kaylin. Thank you very much. Imagine we sign Frimpong and convert Delo to right back and finally convert Luke Shaw to centre back. I think you meant I think you meant left back. Giraffe Willis, welcome to the Members Club. Okay, so we're up and running here. I've got a lot to keep my mind on. Do a Dyche pre-match view, Mark, says Jay. I told you what Dyche has said. Look, I've got Tarkovsky and McNeil. I've been here before. I know what I'm doing. And I haven't had a bag of gravel in a week. So if it's going bad with 10 minutes to go, I'll run on that pitch and I'll eat 6 Bournemouth players and we'll definitely win. So don't worry about that. I've ate gravel. I can eat Bournemouth players easy. And I will do it. United nearly getting a goal there. Fred collided with the Fulham goalkeeper. Bournemouth and Everton 0-0. Fulham keeper's gone down. Leno. Harry Kane has scored already. I said I think there'd been a goal at Spurs there, and there has been a goal. Kane has scored for Spurs after 1 minute, after 2 minutes against Leeds. I mean, Leeds are going down anyway, but Harry Kane there scoring. It's 1-0 to Spurs. Hi, Mark. I have the 2013 Daily Mirror Sir Alex Ferguson tribute, says the Alan. There we go. Thanks, pal, for that news. Yeah, Fred colliding with Leno. Yeah, it was nowhere near it, Fred. 29 goals for Harry Kane. It's gone to VAR, though. It might be offside. It might be offside. They're still going to go down, whether it's offside or not. I don't want Spurs to get Conference League anyway. Who would you rather get Conference League, Villa or Spurs? Because they're... Oh, well, Brentford as well. It's been given as onside. It is a goal for Kane. It's onside. United just knocking it around the back at the moment. Fucking Fred. You know Fred there, he's playing... Sorry, it's not Fred, it's Malacia actually. Don't worry about that. I thought it was Fred with the pass. But it was a Fred-like pass. But it wasn't Fred. Is it a goal for Harry Kane? I think it is 1-0. I don't think it's been overruled. Yeah, it is 1-0. Harry Kane onside. If you get sent off, do you miss the final? Good question. Come join the Kane Club, Mark. You're still welcome. Says, look, if Harry Kane joins Man United, Robert, as I've said many times, then if he joins Man United, then I'll back him. It's as simple as that. Leeds losing doesn't really do anything because they're going to go down anyway. If you get a straight red, you miss the final. I don't think you get it from totting up. Amit says Osman over Kane. Yeah, first goal of the day is Spurs away to Leeds. I mean, what a stupid signing that was by Leeds as well, Big Sam. Fulham are on the attack here. Put a cross in. Another tap in for Kane. It's ridiculous, says Akshay. And Darren's gifted a membership there as well. Thank you very much, Darren. Hi, Mark. Thank you for carrying us through the season, says Reese. Thank you very much, mate. And Mark, would you rather Glazers stay or an Ollie Mers and George Ezra combined bid where green grass plays every time the players walk out, says Matthew. I think Ollie Mers and George Ezra would be better than them, to be fair. Fred's just given a foul up. I'd tell you what, I'd like Fred to have a good game. I would rather see Fred play against Manchester City than Eriksen for obvious reasons. I think we've got a goal at Villa. There's a goal coming in at Villa Brighton. I don't know. No, maybe not. Maybe not. No, there's definitely something going on at Villa. Let me just see what happens with this free kick for Manchester United. It's a goal for Villa. We've got a goal for Villa. That's what's happened. Aston Villa have taken the lead against Brighton. Of course, if Aston Villa beat Brighton, they go in the Conference League no matter what Spurs do. Fulham have took this free kick. Cross comes in. Header to the back post. Oh, they should have scored. They should have scored. Lindelof wants an offside. Douglas Luiz has scored for Aston Villa. They're 1-0 up at Villa Park against Brighton. That puts them in the Conference League position. There was an offside, but who's marking who there? Mitrovic would have been off anyway, but he probably should have scored. Willian with the cross. Nobody marking at centre-back. Of course, we haven't got Varane today. But it was a good chance. I think it would have been offside. So Aston Villa have scored as well. The battle for Conference League has lit up early doors. Kane scoring for Spurs, putting them into 7th. But what Luiz has scored for Villa to put them back into 7th. United winning the FA Cup and Inter winning the Champions League would be scenes. Thoughts, Mark? Says Fu. Well, let's not rely on Inter. Let's do our job on Saturday. Mark, can you wish me a happy birthday? Can you wish happy birthday to my mate Cole? Says Dat. Happy birthday to Cole. And the Superfly, thank you very much for joining the Members Club. Hi, Mark. I'm at a Metallica concert in Hamburg and I'm watching United against Fulham. Come on, United, says Said. There you go. Why are they doing a concert at 4:30? Is it? I suppose it's the season, isn't it? We've got a goal at Newcastle as well. This is interesting. This puts us down to 4th. Newcastle have scored at the Bridge, so this puts us down to 4th. This impacts on United. We're down to 4th as things stand. Newcastle have scored. I'm getting them a lot quicker than you lot. Would you take Ndidi from Leicester as a squad player? Says Raz. No. So this impacts Manchester United directly. It's taken under 10 minutes for Anthony Gordon to score. God, Chelsea is shit. They are really shit. If they're letting Anthony Gordon score, they're really bad. I haven't even looked at what Chelsea's lineup was today. God knows what Lampard's done. So Lampard has gone with... What's he done lineup-wise? Laugh at Lampard. He's got Kepa, Azpilicueta, Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Hall, Loftus-Cheek, Enzo, Gallagher, Madueke, Havertz and Sterling. Fucking rubbish. And Newcastle have gone very strong. Almiron, Isaac, St. Maximin. Oh no, he's made a few changes. Target's playing. Anderson. No, he's rested a few players. Eddie Howe. He has made a few changes there. Liverpool have scored as well. I told you. I'll tell you this for free. There will be a 5-goal game today. Arsenal have scored as well. Loads of goals going in the first 11 minutes here. Liverpool are leading down on the south coast against Southampton, already relegated. Jota has scored there. And Arsenal have gone ahead as well. 1-0 at home to Wolves. Who let the dogs out? Nobody, because it's Arsenal that have scored. Man United have got a free kick on the edge of the box here that Rashford's looking at. The Arsenal scorer is Xhaka. Not Saka, it's Xhaka. So Rashford's going to hit this free kick. Hi Mark, for all that you do, love the community, says Mick Jones. Thank you, Mick. Thanks everyone who's getting involved. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. I'm going to be very tired after today. There's so many goals going in. Mark, my father Peter Burke said you lifted him out of depression. Can you shout him out? And his favourite player, Sean. Pooh. Thank you very much. There we go. I don't know whether that's a troll or anything like that. Rashford's free kick was close. Is there any implications for us in the Champions League with group draws between 3rd and 4th? No, there isn't, Mark. No. And Carrie, thank you very much for your super chat there. Great shot by Rashford. Keeper made the save. But it wasn't a great shot at all. It's straight down the middle. It wasn't a great free kick at all. Looked better the first time. It's straight at the keeper. It's I wouldn't say it was a great free kick. It was a good free kick. He got it on target. Imagine the pressure if we didn't beat Chelsea last week, says Shan. Or Bournemouth. So lots of goals flying in. Newcastle are up to 3rd at the moment. And that should be reflected in the table. Let me have a look. Yeah, we're down to 4th at the moment because Newcastle are got better goal difference. But, of course, if we win, we will be in top 4, into 3rd place. Luke says it was a good free kick. Okay, Luke, I disagree. It's straight at the keeper. I don't think that's a good free kick. If you think a shot on target's a good free kick, fine, but it's not a good free kick. It's just a shot. It's just on target. He's hit it well. It's on target. If you think that's a good free kick, I think you need to watch some better free kicks. For Man United, it's a good free kick. To be fair, we don't normally hit the target. Sorry, Mark, just switched on. What's your prediction? Says Dan. I've gone 2-1 to United. I'm desperately trying to keep on top of what's going on here. Everton have just whipped a cross in. Of course, Everton don't score many goals. So, Mark, you couldn't do any better. Well, if you watch me in my back garden, I can do a lot better. I mean, look, Look, I'm going to move on from this. Why are people so horrible about... Why is the world so toxic? I don't think it was a great free kick. It was shot straight at the keeper. It was a camera save. I don't think it was a great free kick. And then you've got people saying it was a great free kick. I mean, just fucking get out. Go and watch some proper free kicks. That's all I'm saying. Chill out. David says that Bournemouth are on holiday. So as things stand at the moment, we've got another goal at Liverpool and Arsenal. Now, I've said this on Twitter. It can't speak and it can't lie. I said there'll be at least one game today where a team scores 5 because it always happens. Arsenal and Liverpool are already 2-0 up. Arsenal's second goal has been scored by Xhaka, not Saka. And Liverpool's second goal has been scored by, I can't tell you who it is at the moment. I can, Firmino. So Arsenal 2-0 up against Wolves. Liverpool 2-0 up against Southampton in the first 15 minutes. Goals are flying in. It's all going on. It's all going on here. As things stand, Everton stay up, Leicester go down because they're both drawing and Leeds are losing. As things stand, Liverpool could win 99-0 and they'll still be using that ball behind my shoulder. They'll still be in the Europa League. As things stand, Arsenal could win 99-0 and they'd still not win the league. However, we are down to 4th at the moment because Newcastle are beating Chelsea 1-0. I think we've got another goal. Oh, no, we haven't. No, we haven't. I thought we had another goal at Arsenal. "15 minutes gone." United really haven't done anything. The best thing has been the free kick from Rashford. Of course, remember, if Everton draw and Leicester win, Leicester stay up and Everton go down. Everton's big problem here could be scoring. A lot of people getting on Maguire's back. I didn't see it, so I can't say what it was. Wouldn't it be good if both Sir Jim and Sheikh join up to get rid of the Glazers, says Carrie? I don't think it's going to happen. United got a chance to whip across into the box here. We haven't had a goal in the last few minutes, but it's 2-0 Liverpool at Southampton. It's 2-0 Arsenal at home to Wolves. Villa lead Brighton 1-0, keeping them in the Conference League spot. Brentford City 0-0. Chelsea losing at home to Newcastle 1-0, which puts Newcastle above us at the moment. Palace and Forest are 0-0. Bournemouth 0-0 with Everton at Goodison, and Leeds are losing as well to Spurs at home. And of course, Leicester 0-0 with West Ham, headed away by Fulham there. Yeah, well, look, Ollie did get United to second, but if Ten Hag wins today, he got more points than Ollie did when he came second. Good play by Sancho in the box. Goes for the 1-2. Bit of a shout for handball. Can Sancho get back to his Dortmund form, says Danny, hopefully with more game time. Sancho wants a penalty here. Played a 1-2. Everton have just had a shot. No, it wasn't handball. It hit his chest. Angry Brits just gifted 10 memberships. You're a legend, mate. Thank you very much for that. Make sure you say a thank you to him for it. We've got a goal at Southampton. Goldbridge is on fire here. If this is a Liverpool goal, I am on fire. I said there would be at least one game today where one team scored 5. If this is a Liverpool goal... Oh, it's not. It's gone to Southampton. Oh, piss off. Piss off. It can still happen. 2-1. Southampton have got a goal back. Ward-Prowse. Oh, got a goal at Villa. Got a goal coming in at Villa as well. They were 1-0 up. It wasn't a penalty for Man United. It didn't hit his hand. Villa were 1-0 up and into 7th place. Kane to relegate Leeds and become a Man United hero, says Danny. Yeah, well, it would work. Hold on. Hold on. United have conceded. I think United have conceded. I think United have conceded here. Willian's cross. Front post. Who's marking him there then? Who's marking Tete? Free header on the front post. God almighty. God almighty. Brighton have equalised at Fulham and United have conceded against Fulham here. On the front post. Who's marking him? Who's marking? People are saying Maguire. I don't know about that. Maguire gave the corner away. Rashford. Fucking free header on the front post. Willian put the cross in. There's not a lot. There's not a man on the post either. Free header on the front post. Lazy defending that. Lazy defending that is. You've got to put it on Rashford, I suppose. If you haven't got a man on the front post as well, you can't not contest for the header on the front post. Good for Newcastle. Hader says, "Is my time?" Don't worry about my timer, mate. You know, if you want to sync in with me, you can do. But look, we're probably, because it's not on national TV, there's probably a bit of a delay on what I'm listening to. Brighton's goal was offside, by the way. It's gone to VAR and it was offside. So loads of goals gone in, and there's a goal in at Old Trafford, of course. Puts us in 4th place firmly at the moment. Newcastle winning and we're losing. So, yeah. Where are the leaders, says James. Well, again, it's a bit of a lacklustre attacking performance, isn't it? If this is to be the front six against the Man City, they're not going to have much of a problem. We know it's not going to be our defence. Near post keeper error, says James. James, have you ever played in goal, mate? Do you know how big a goal is? You want David De Gea to stand on the front post from a corner? You're having a laugh, mate. You're having an absolute laugh. That, if you want to blame anybody, it's Rashford for not marking his man. And there should be a man on the front post. But other than that, I don't think anybody else can get any blame for it. We're going to get battered by City, says Jack. It's a one-off game. I played the game. It's a one-off game. I tell you what, Garnacho's tackle there is probably worse than Casemiro's that he got a red card for against Southampton. Didn't even get a yellow. Stud was up. Could have got a yellow for it. I remember Wimbledon against Liverpool in 1988. The biggest mismatch you'll ever see. Liverpool were far and away the best team in England, and they played against Wimbledon in the FA Cup final. In fact, I think they'd beaten them in the league 9-0 that very same season. What happened in the final? Wimbledon won 1-0. Hi Mark, love the show. Keep up the good work. Listen to the show every day. Makes my day, says Massimo. Thank you. We're going to have to keep a clean sheet against them. Brighton's goal was overruled by VAR, so it stays 1-0 to Villa, which keeps them in 7th place, even though Spurs are beating Leeds as well. There's a lot of swing to go, but of course we're down to 3rd at the moment. And even if Chelsea equalise, we would be, I think, down to 3rd. No, we wouldn't. I think. I'm on a picker in. I think if let's have a look at the league table here. Where's that league table? I'm trying to figure this out. We're losing. And we're a point off Newcastle. If Newcastle draw, we'd still finish top. We'd still finish above them, wouldn't we? Yeah. Ignore that. A long way to go. But United have had a bad start here. You can't deny that. In the relegation battle, Everton, it's 0-0. They're putting a lot of crosses into the box. They'll want to score before Leicester score. We're down to 4th at the moment. Newcastle need to win to basically get 3rd. Mourinho, teams don't concede these. Coach's fault, says FD. Goldbridge, you're a legend. I'm watching from Australia, says Matt. Thank you very much. Matt Hitchcock. Cocky. Penalty to Fulham. Penalty to Fulham. Maguire again. It's not Maguire's fault. It's Casemiro. (2-0) this could be. It's a definite penalty. Yeah, it's this is terrible from United. You know, I'm gonna say one thing here, right? We've conceded 8 goals all season at home. In 25 minutes, we've conceded 2 with Maguire at centre-back. We've conceded 25% of our goals at home in 25 minutes with Maguire in the team. Mitrovic. Get in, De Gea! Dave saves. And he boots the ball into the Stretford end as well. Swivel on that, Beth. Swivel on that, haters. It's a save by De Gea. Shut up now. He never saves penalties. He never saves penalties. Shut up. What a save. Low down to his left. Better than Ben Foster. Ben Foster will be proud of this. It's a good save, that is. It's a good save by De Gea. He saves that. Give him a contract. My keeper. My keeper. Swivel on that. Swivel on that. Get that out. I tell you what, I thought it was going to be 2-0. I really did. Because to be honest with you, we almost always expect De Gea not to save it. But good save. He's pumped up by that. Chelsea have equalised as well. Chelsea have equalised as well, which means we're back into 3rd place. That penalty save by De Gea has also kept us in 3rd place. Great save. Great save. And Chelsea have equalised. So that puts us back. I think it does. Arsenal have scored 3. There's another goal coming in at Southampton. It is Saka this time. It's gone Xhaka, Xhaka, Saka. It's like a song. Xhaka, Xhaka, Saka. 3-0 to Arsenal against Wolves. At 2-2, Southampton and Liverpool. Liverpool have taken a 2-0 lead. It's gone 2-2 there. Chelsea have equalised against Newcastle. And it's a goal there. I don't know who scored it. They haven't even said who scored it. But it is 1-1 there. What a save by David De Gea. What a save by David De Gea there. I love final days. So much action and excitement, says Derek. I'll tell you what, I'm going to lose my throat. Hi, leave my stepsis out of this. We had a really great time last night, says Beth Stepbro. And I love final day, says Derek. Thank you. Take that, Beth, says Hamlet. I'm definitely going to get clipped up. Beth's not even here. She's in New York, hiding. Oh, what a surprise. Beth, the one weekend that Beth takes off, David De Gea makes a brilliant save from a penalty. It's almost like it's planned, isn't it? She knew it was going to happen, so she's gone and hidden across the Atlantic. Well, if you're a New York United fan and you see her out, I tell you what, Simon, if you're a New York Manchester United fan and you see Beth out tonight, tell her to swivel on that. What do you think about that, Simon? I think tell her to swivel on that. And Garnacho shoots wide. It's still 1-0 to Fulham. It's all going on here. Chelsea have equalised, by the way. It's 1-1 and it's an own goal by Kieran Trippier. So the goal will stand. It's all going on, isn't it, Simon? It is. I love final day. Love it. We're getting very excited here. Thanks for all the super chats that are coming in, by the way. I feel like I haven't said that enough. And please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. Garnacho nearly making it 1-1 to Manchester United there. It is 2-2 between Southampton and Liverpool. They were 2-0 up, Liverpool. Well, not anymore. It's Sulemana. And it's 2-2 there. Goals going in everywhere. Half an hour gone. Performance is a con to get City overconfident, says Rob Dobson. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. Fulham could have been 2-0 up here, but it's not. It's 1-0 because David De Gea made a really good save. Really good. Garnacho needs to pass more, says Tala. As you can see, we're back up to third. If Chelsea draw... Get back. Get back. Of course, Sancho's playing on the right today. He's at the bar. He's at the Denver. Garnacho. We're pushing here. We're pushing here. I feel there's a goal for Manchester United coming. But let me just take you back to here. If Manchester United... Look, if Newcastle draw, we're third. We can lose. As long as Newcastle don't win, we can lose. I don't want us to lose, but we can lose. But of course, if Newcastle win and we draw, Newcastle will finish. It's a weird one. As long as Newcastle lose... As long as Newcastle don't win, we'll get top 4. If they win and we draw, they'll still get top 4. If we win, we've got to win. If they win, we've got to win. It's all going on. That's how it works. Don't even get me started on relegation. I know it's 3-0 to Arsenal. Xhaka Saka. I got that one quite well. Quick. Sancho is having a good game, you're right. Mark is the OG. Silver Fox is Christian. Well, United have responded to that save by David De Gea. Mitrovic penalty. Saved. Lee says, are all you knobheads going to say that Sancho's not playing well now? I think both our wingers have played well. I played the game. We're going to go live to Beth in New York to talk about the save from De Gea. What a surprise. Oh, yeah. Phone switched off. Garnacho's not played well. I think I disagree. I think Garnacho has played well because things happen. You know, just because he doesn't score, people think he doesn't play well. But we don't create many chances. I really hope this is the last game I see Maguire pointing in our shirts. Is bright. Yeah, Maguire's had a bit of a crap game. Yeah. We've got a goal at Forest, if you care. Let's go to Selhurst Park, Simon. Bruno with the shot, another corner. It is 1-0 to Forest there. I mean, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant, Simon. Shut up. I wanted to give Maguire a chance, says Mohammed, but after today he needs to be sold. There we go. That was from Mohammed. And hi, Mark. Now that Jeff has left Soccer Saturday, do you fancy the job reading the scores out, says David? I think I probably am the best person for the job, but I have had no approach, so I don't need to even think about it. I've quite enjoyed keeping up to date with all of them today. Mark, keep up the good work. I'm in the United States, worried about after today with no football to watch. Please keep us up to date, thanks. I carry every summer. We get busier in the summer. That's what happens. You know, we'll be live loads. We'll probably be live 4 or 5 times a day on some days. So don't worry, the community lives on in the summer. And we've got pre-season. I love the pre-season games. Getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and stuff. There's loads. The summer's where it kicks off. Sometimes the season is the time to have a rest. The slowest time on the United stand is international break. They're the slowest times. The summer is busy. So make sure you subscribe and get involved. Savage hurling match on Limerick versus Cork, says Gavin O'Connor. Thank you, Gavin. Thank you. Hi, Mark. What do we get if we finish third over fourth, says Shane. Another 5 million. Leicester! 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 Leicester have scored. The pressure's on at Goodison. The pressure's on at Goodison because Leicester are out of the bottom 3. They're on 34 points with Everton, who are drawing. And it's that guy. You knew it was going to be at Leicester. As somebody left the door open because it's Harvey Barnes. It's a goal. He's left the ball. He's scored a goal. I don't know what that's got to do with the door open. Harvey Barnes has scored for Leicester, and it's 1-0 against West Ham. That puts Leicester safe on goal difference. If Everton draw, which they are at the moment, and Leicester win, Leicester stay up on goal difference. Everton have to find a winner. And that's a problem for Everton at the moment. That's a problem. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Second half, I haven't had any gravel. I'll eat a Bournemouth player. They'll be down to 10 men. Don't do that very often. People are saying farewell penalty save from De Gea. Absolutely no chance. He ain't going anywhere. You're wrong. You're wrong. Leicester are safe at the moment. They're winning 1-0 at home to West Ham. Harvey Barnes FC. United are losing to Fulham, but we're quite relaxed because Chelsea are drawing. Mark, would you take Firmino for next season? No. Absolutely not, David. Pickford in the Championship, says Leo Rourke. I don't want Everton to go down because I like Goodison Park. Everton were looking for a penalty there. I think he kicks the player. I don't think it's a penalty. Who's going to win the hurling, Cork or Limerick, says Sweet? I don't know. Cork. I think all the defensive changes haven't really given us a platform. Our season, all season, has been built on a strong defence. And obviously there's a lot of changes in that back four. I mean, Lindelof's the only one. Fred's pass there. Too much power on it for Delo. Everton fans are panicking. Panicking! We're going to lose. We're going to get relegated. We're going to lose our job. Everton have to score, Patrick. They have to score. I mean, look, they should have been anticipating that Leicester were going to win. (3-0) to Arsenal. 2-2 between Liverpool and Southampton. We've got a goal coming in at Brighton, by the way. Aston Villa. I think I'd missed the fact that Aston Villa were 2-0 up. Ollie Watkins made it 2-0 in the 26th minute. It'll be bad news for Spurs if this is 3-0. It's 2-1. Brighton have got one back. Will it stand? We'll have to wait and see. They had a goal disallowed in the 20th minute. Undav. But they might have a goal back here. 2-1. Looks like it's 2-1 to Brighton. Of course, we're losing here, but we're quite relaxed. We're still in third place because Chelsea are drawing with Newcastle. Bruno getting a lot of stick in the chat again. Well, I don't think he should have played. I'd have played Eriksen at 10. Rashid says admit it. Admit what? It was just full of Everton fans here. Panicking. Garnacho shoots straight at the keeper. I believe Wan-Bissaka is better at both defending and attacking than Delo, says Keegan. And Mark, we share a childhood story. I also needed a blue shirt for school and my mum bought me an NEC Everton top. Hence, I don't want them to go down, says Nick. Yeah, well, I don't know where mine is. Yeah, I've got it here. So I'll tell you this quick story, which many of you probably know already. This was the top I wanted as a kid. It might not be this exact one because there was a few different designs, but I wanted the blue away kit, and my school played in blue, and we didn't have a school kit, This is primary school. So we were playing a game and we needed to... They basically said you can wear any blue kit you like. So I did say to my mum, she was going into town, can you get me a blue Man United top, V-neck, and it's got white writing on the front. It says Sharp. And she came back with an Everton one that said NEC. 1-1! It's 1-1! Jadon Sancho, Manchester United back into it. And that story has given us a lift. And I tell you what, it's important. It's important. He's having a good game today. And we want to win this game. We want to win this game today. We want to get third place and win. Tap in for Sancho. They all count. They all count. That's what matters. Maguire's there to give him a hug. Sancho, says Carrie. It was Fred's driving forward, to be fair, and then Sancho's there to poke it home. I mean, Bruno did well in the build-up as well. But good endeavour by Fred. I mean, he could have had a bloody penalty. Good play by Fred. Good play by Fred there. Drove forward. I want Fred to play in the final. I really do. I don't know why they're looking at VAR for the Brighton game. The goal's been given. 2-1 there. But Sancho makes it 1-1 here. 39 minutes. Could have been 2-0 down if it wasn't for David De Gea's penalty save. But 1-1 now. Oh my God, it's all going on. I think I need a stretch. I do. I do need a stretch. Oh, God. Liverpool, that's for you. If anything, I just need to rest my throat. It's been an action-packed 40 minutes here. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, we're approaching half-time. Lindelof, passing from the back has been excellent and should start the final. Sancho, much better on the right, so spot on. Well, of course, Erik ten Hag said before the game that Anthony could be fit for the final. Mark, how do you rate Palhinha at Fulham, says Xiao? I think he's a good player. I mean, we haven't been linked to him, but he is a good player. Sancho off the right does seem to work better, but apparently he prefers it better off the left. You think Luton will want Maguire, says Julie? I don't think they'll be able to pay him 200 grand a week. Somebody wake Rashford up, says Ali. I think we all know that Rashford's best position is off the left, isn't it? I remember when we bought Jadon Sancho and I assumed we were paying £75 million for a right winger. Fred's finding some good space. He needs to go far right here. Rashford does. That's a terrible ball by Bruno. No updates at the moment. Everything is as it is. Right now, Everton are going down. Fredino decided to show up today. Brilliant man, says Jimzo. I wouldn't have picked Bruno today. I think he looks absolutely spent and we need him in the final. What's with all the flicks, says Ali? Oh, we can't help ourselves. More flicks than a Sabutio table. Still think Everton will stay up. It's a long way to go, Ross. Long way to go. You know, I think the way football's gone in the last few weeks with all the playoffs and everything. Wouldn't be surprised if Everton scored with the last kick of the game. About to hit half-time for all the games. Hoping there's going to be more driving with Goldbridge and Mark My Words videos this off-season. They're my favourite, says N. I'm sure we can work on some of those. Thanks for all your super chats, by the way. Do that through the $sign. We'll read those out. Marcus Flickford. He's not the only one, Rich. We see it a lot. We need a backup number 8, says Ishmael. Bruno puts the cross in. Maguire. Well, Maguire's good at winning headers. He just can't direct them. He'll be off on his... Well, no, he won't be off on his holiday soon, will he? It's a bit... Fren El Nino strikes again. World-class ricochet, says Michael Murray. They all count. Yeah, a few people talking about Sabitzer not looking very happy. Well, I can't see how he stays. I'm surprised he stayed anyway. But yeah, he has. Just about to approach half-time here. I think there's a bit of a backstory to Bournemouth and Everton as well. I think Everton might have relegated Bournemouth in the past or something, so there might be a bit of a backstory there. I'm sure I heard David Ornstein going on about something like that. Oh, half-time Leicester, West Ham. Well, that's not really news, is it? That's not really news. Who do you want to stay up? I actually do want Everton to stay up because Goodison is... I've been to Goodison a couple of times. I think I would go to Goodison next season, even if they're in the Championship, just to say goodbye to it. Yeah. People shouting about a penalty. Haven't seen anything about a penalty. Mark, I'm just churning in. How did we concede? Says Black Wolf. Front post. Corner. Pauline, thank you. She says, thanks for all you do for the community. Well, thank you for you. No penalty given to Manchester United. And Massimo's gifted a membership there. Just about to hit half-time here. And, yeah, I'm just about to tweet it as well. I mean, for me, I'm saying at half-time, yeah, just get the paper out, get the contract, write the numbers that you want, David, and, yeah, we'll give you the contract you need because I think it's been an incredible half by David De Gea. Made a fantastic save there. And, yeah, just get him at my club, definitely. Yeah, definitely. What a player. What a save from Mitrovic as well. I think most people would have assumed that would have gone in. Obviously it didn't. And United back in the game thanks to Jadon Sancho when we could have been 2-0 down. It's half-time in all the other games at the moment as well. Manchester United, of course, in third at the moment. Let's get the scores up. Dave's still got to go, says Just Kevin. Well, he ain't going to go. Get used to it. He isn't going to go. Half times at the moment. Arsenal 3-0 against Wolves. Villa 2-1 up against Brighton, which puts Villa into the 7th place spot if they win. Brentford are 0-0 against Man City. Chelsea and Newcastle is 1-1 at the moment, which keeps us in third, even though we're drawing. Forest are winning 1-0 away at Palace. Everton are 0-0 with Bournemouth, meaning Everton are going down at the moment because Leicester are winning 1-0 against West Ham and have better goal difference. Leeds are losing 1-0 to Spurs, Harry Kane. Man United, as we know, 1-1 with Fulham. And Liverpool were 2-0 up against Southampton, but it's 2-2 there. So that is how it's looking in the Premier League final day at the moment. It's all very, very exciting. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. Let's talk about this game contextually just for a moment and have a look at the stats and how that has it all lined up. I mean, look, in relation to the game itself, I'll take my earpiece out for a minute because it makes me speak louder. In relation to the game itself, we've had more possession, we've had more shots, we've hit the Denver a couple of times, well, once, certainly with Garnacho. Fulham have definitely done a decent job as a counter-attacking side, as we've seen, and they could well have been 2-0 up. But Manchester United have come back into it. Great save from the penalty by David De Gea, and then Sancho, obviously, Manan says Dave saves. Sancho with the tap-in. Dan Finn, welcome to the Members Club. So, swivel on that, Beth FC. I thought it was a fantastic save by De Gea, by the way. It's not... look, I know for a fact that goalkeepers don't save many penalties when they're high in the corners. If they are low, it's easier for a keeper to get. But there's still a bit of work for De Gea to do. He's got to flip it up with his left hand and get it out for the corner. A lot of goalkeepers, they'd be palming that back into play and Mitrovic might score. So he's not only has he made a good save, but he's put it out of danger as well. He's got the wrist movement to do that. You know, he knows what to do with his wrists in his spare time. It's a great save. And you know, it's unexpected. I thought it would be 2-0. Mark, Bruno is awful. They need to sub him off, says Red Devil. I wouldn't have started Bruno, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Where to see the game, please, says Lucas. Yeah, so I think it's been a really, really good half for United. They could have been 2-0 down. They're 1-0. I think that what basically happens is that you've got Man United's season is so built on a strong defence, isn't it? And I think what's happened is Manchester United without Varane and without Luke Shaw and without Wan-Bissaka, it's a different Manchester United. We are built on a strong defence. I keep saying this all season. I've said it. And today, organisationally at the back, both goals are preventable. I don't think either of those goals happen with our normal defence. The penalty comes from, I think, a misplaced pass by Maguire. And the first goal is because we're not marked up properly on the front post. So both goals are sloppy goals, and Fulham, apart from that, haven't really done anything. So, you know, if you haven't got a strong defence, that's a glimpse of what United could be, giving off goals. With our proper defence, we don't concede any of those goals because we don't play the bad pass out from the back, and we mark up better on the corner. Fulham have done quite a good job of counter-attacking and they've looked different. But, you know, we've had the chances. I think 1-1 at half-time is a fair result. And if anything, I'd fancy us attacking the Stretford end to go and win it. And therefore, we should, welcome to Members Club Don, therefore, we should, if I change it here, be able to get that third place, which for us, I think it's a good season, isn't it? Will you do an all-Ireland watch-along game, says Sweet? No. So Manchester United currently 73 points, Newcastle currently 71. Remember, Newcastle are playing Chelsea. They were 1-0 up through Gordon, but their equaliser came from an own goal from Trippier. If they were to win, they get another 2 points. That puts them on 73 points with us, and they've got better goal difference. So if Newcastle beat Chelsea and we draw, we will drop to fourth. If we win, we will. I want to win anyway. I don't want 73 points. I want 75 points. If Everton go down, could we get Garner back? Says Suryash. I don't think we'd be looking at that. Savage says respect to Fulham. Really impressed with them. Respect to Fulham in general. They're a good side. They've had a good season. So yeah, respect to them in anyway. You know they have had a good season. We must finish above Newcastle. It just looks bad if we don't. Says John. I really want to finish third. I do. I think it's not massive, but you know, I think Newcastle fans have got quite vocal this year. We beat them in the Carabao Cup. It would be nice to just finish above them, because I don't know how many times in the future years we'll be able to do that. Why did you both ignore? I don't ignore anybody, Lucas. Sorry, it probably just flipped through. Sometimes the blue ones don't come up on the top for me to read, so sometimes they do flip through. I don't ignore them. If Everton go down, could we get Garner back? Is there a buyback clause? What can I just say, KM? It's all about opinion here, but I haven't seen anything in Garner that makes me think I want him back. I liked Garner. I didn't want him to be sold, and I'd like to have seen him develop under Ten Hag, but I don't see any reason to bring him back from what I've seen. I don't. I'd like him to come back, but I don't. You know, if somebody said to me, you can have Declan Rice, Caicedo, or Garner, I'm going to go for Rice or Caicedo. So, yeah, I wouldn't bring Garner back. I like him, but I wouldn't bring him back. Luton are going to get battered in the Prem, says Zoomin. Well, look, well done to Luton. And I think a lot of people said the same about Bournemouth. All 3 promoted sides stayed up. Mark, if we hit 75 points, Ten Hag beats Ollie's best season in his first, says G. Well, exactly. You know, I thought Solskjaer was a bad coach. And still people go on about how he was a good coach. Well, if Ten Hag can get 75 points in his first season, I think that just shows you how overhyped that Ollie season was. Thank you very much. Suryash has gifted 10 memberships. You're a legend, Suryash. Thank you very much. And NBC wants what? Sumi says NBC making me watch the pathetic half-empty Etihad title celebration. I can't speak. I hope we get what our club needs and deserves. Glazers out, says Sumi. And also, Sancho's really improved in the last few games. You know what, Adam? I want to talk about Sancho. I want to talk about Bruno. I think Jadon Sancho on the right-hand side is better. He always looks better off the right-hand side than he does on the left. Apparently, he likes playing on the left. Apparently, Ten Hag prefers him on the left. But I think off the right, he plays better. And at the moment, he's in possession of that shirt. So, yeah. Lucas, I'm not going to answer you that question. So, I read it out already. So, go and find it out for yourself. I don't know. Is it a little trap? I'm not going to answer it. I read it. I'm not answering it. So the next thing I want to say is Bruno. On Bruno Fernandes, I wouldn't have picked him today. I'd have played Eriksen. Because Bruno just looks... I don't get why Bruno has to play every single minute. He's a robot. It's relentless. He deserves so much praise. But it's very obvious against Bournemouth and against Chelsea, he hasn't played well. And I think he looks tired. So I don't know why Bruno had to play today when Eriksen, who shouldn't play in the final anyway, could have played at number 10. I don't know why Bruno... I don't know why Bruno doesn't have a rest. He looks so tired, says AMS. I know. And... I really do think that, Ten Hag should have rested him, but there just seems to be this thing that Bruno will play no matter what. And I love Bruno, but I wouldn't have played him today. And look, another player that's played well, Fred. I think the midfield of Fred and Casemiro has to be the midfield 2 against Man City. If we play Bruno, Eriksen and Casemiro, I think the game could be over at half-time. I think they could run through us like a hot knife through butter. I think it's imperative that Fred plays with Casemiro. So really, why not just give Bruno the game off and then put Eriksen at 10? Maybe Eriksen's not playing means he starts the final. Well, Dave, exactly, yeah. I think he will play Eriksen in the final. I think he'll go with Casemiro, Eriksen and Bruno. And I hope he's right. But I'm more than happy to say right here, right now, in the final, you've got to play either Fred or McTominay next to Casemiro, because we're not going to have a lot of the ball. So you need defensive-minded players who are disciplined. Mark, does this mean Eriksen's playing the finals? Is Kai potentially? Suryash gifted another 5 memberships. He's a legend there. Thank you very much. Thoughts on Delo, says Andrew. Yeah, good question. Well, I think Maguire's looked way off the pace. I think Delo's looked way off the pace. Malacia not so bad, but Malacia has actually played more recently. Delo looks like somebody who's not match fit, and so does Maguire. They don't look match sharp at all, do they? They look really rusty, and that can be the problem. Are you asking for McTominay to play in the final? Says Rio. No, I'll play Fred, but what I'm saying is I'd pick McTominay over Eriksen because you just need somebody to put a tackle in. We've got to be physical. I mean, look, yeah, I don't really want McTominay to play in the final. Definitely not. But I don't want Eriksen to play. My son saw Ten Hag for the first time and said, "Dad, is that Walter White?" Says Michael Murray. Danny says, how do you get a membership? Well, you either luckily get one gifted to you or you become a member yourself. I disagree. I think Delo's done okay, says Oliver Ray. And no, I don't think Delo's had a bad game either. I like Delo, but what I'm saying is there's always going to be an element of rust. Suriash has just gifted another 5 memberships. He's on one. He's doing a great job. Shout out to Suriash. Blaze says, Eriksen's so good. What's wrong with him? I'll leave that to the chat, I think. My problem is I don't show speed. Welcome to the Members Club. My problem with Eriksen is I don't think he's a centre midfielder. I think he's defensively weak. I think we get overrun by better teams, and you need somebody with defensive discipline. I don't mind Eriksen playing off at number 10, but he plays as a number 8, and he hasn't got the defensive discipline, and I think we'll get overrun by Man City. Next week, we're going to play Gundogan, Rodri and De Bruyne, the best midfield in the world, and we're going to play with a tired Bruno, a weak Eriksen and Casemiro. It's a mismatch in the most important area. You've got to have a midfield plan. I don't think that midfield plan will work. If he does it and it works, I'll sit down. Arif has just gifted 5 memberships as well. Arif, you're a legend. Thank you very much. At the moment, Leicester are staying up. Leicester at the moment are staying up. They have 34 points with the win. Everton are drawing, puts them on 34 points as well. But Leicester have a better goal difference. So Leicester stay up at the moment. If Everton don't score and draw, they're going down if Leicester win. It's as simple as that. Forget about Leeds. They're going down. I said it at the time. Big Sam. It ain't 2013. Goodbye. Stupid decision by Leeds, that was. But United are in 3rd, as you can see. Manchester United are in 3rd at the moment. No other game. Now, this is an interesting stat for you. I like to tell you this every year, and you might know what I'm about to say. Please smash a like on the video and subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. The like button's there as well. Please do subscribe. Everything, that'd be great. That's not what I was going to tell you. What I was going to tell you is that on the final day, at 3 o'clock, it doesn't matter. Any other game of the season, it doesn't matter. But on the final day, every game in the second half has to kick off at the same time. Nobody can kick off earlier. Even if, so the fact that Chelsea and Chelsea and Newcastle was the last game to finish at half time, everybody else will have to wait for that game for them to be ready. Maybe it puts Bruno right wing and have Sancho, Anthony and Garnacho as super sub against tired legs, says Alex Keenan. Thank you very much, Alex. And we're Manchester United, says United. Thank you very much there. So everybody will kick off at exactly the same time in the second half. Can I comment, says Mahal? Well, you just did. We're only 100 subscribers away from 655,000, so please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. We're only 100 away from 655,000. Don't forget, the summer starts tomorrow. Well, it starts now. Transfer news, sale news. Make sure you subscribe for free. Get your notifications on. How do you do that? There's a bell. Click the bell. Tick your notifications for when we go live. It's going to be a really busy summer. Pre-season tour as well. Lots to get involved in. We've got a really interesting interview coming up on the show tomorrow as well. Bank Holiday Monday in the UK. I've got Ben Foster on in the morning as per usual. But we've got a really interesting interview as well, which I think you'll be, if you like your football and the deeper understanding, I think you'll really enjoy the interview we've got tomorrow. Check it out. Maybe he puts Bruno. I've done that one. Suriash has gifted another membership. So we're about ready for the second half to start here. In fact, I tell a lie. They haven't all kicked off at the same time. Leicester, they haven't all kicked off at the same time. I'm an idiot because Southampton and Liverpool have been playing for 2 minutes already. Ronnie Pickering. It's still half-time between Villa and Brighton and Chelsea and Newcastle. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I thought everybody had to kick off at the same time, second half. I was convinced that was the thing. Tomo says, Mark, how come you're not running That's Football today with another presenter? Yeah, because we've got another presenter on That's Football. Who do you want me to use? The dog? I'm covering all the games anyway on one thing. I genuinely thought that all the games kicked off second half at the same time. We've got a goal at Southampton, and it's 3-2 to Southampton. They were 2-0 down. They're 3-2 up. If you're interested. Liverpool. What's going on? United attacking the Stretford end. Larip, thank you very much for your super chat. When the Saints go marching in, well, they've gone marching in here, and they're 3-0, they're 3-2 up. Imagine if Leicester stay up with Dean Smith. That would be unbelievable. Rashford, just wide. Should have scored. He'll know it. He'll know it. He'll know he should have scored. Mark, when will Seb start doing watch-alongs? He's a long way off that, Sue. Long way. Just a long ball over the top for Rashford, and it bounces for him, and he put it wide, and I think it was Casemiro with the pass, which was brilliant, and Rashford just never... Yeah, it was a great pass by Casemiro, and I think Rashford just had to let it bounce. Difficult. I wouldn't say it was a sitter. Do you think this is the biggest FA Cup final in history? Says Derek. I don't know about history. It's definitely the biggest FA Cup final in a long time because the FA Cup's lost its sparkle. Half-time kick-off depends on injury time, says Glazers out. Yeah, Southampton are 3-2 up. They've scored in the second half, and it was Sulemana got his second goal in this game. 3-2 to Southampton. They were 2-0 down to Liverpool. My prediction that somebody's going to score 5 goals, I still think it'll happen. It's final day. You get loads of goals. I never watch final day match of the day. It goes on for too long. Top players bury that all day, says United BT. Fulham on the attack. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's a decent cross there. If you get a membership, put in a super chat here, please. Mark has helped me out in my darkest days, says Suyash. There we go. How's the 7-Up Cup feel now, Scousers, says Steve Wynyard. We've got a goal at not at Southampton. It's at Elland Road. Leeds are going down. They're going down. Sponsored by the Titanic. You know, some people still get offended by that. It happened in 1918, over 100 years ago, and people still think it's disrespectful to say it's going down like the Titanic. There's a cut-off point where it can become a joke, officially. But Leeds are going down. It's 2-0 to Spurs, and they'll be hoping that Brighton can equalise. Pedro Porro has scored for Spurs. It's 2-0 there. It was in 1912, Mark, not 1918. Sorry, I wasn't on it. I'm not that old. See, I've upset the Titanic lot now. Jacob Webster, thank you and welcome to the Members Club. I've got to find my tweets about Big Sam. It's safe to do it. I was absolutely spot on. It'll wind a load of Leeds fans up as well. There we go. Just a simple told you of a quote tweet will do. Liverpool losing and Leeds were losing. What a weekend. Andrew McMaster, thank you very much and welcome to the Members Club. Please do subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. United attacking the Brentford end. Malassi is down here. The yellow card given. Crazy to think that they might go down. Can't wait for Maguire to leave, says Mine to Mike. Has to be a red. Oh, it was late, isn't it? I don't think it's a red though. It is malicious. It is reckless and malicious. Beers tonight, Mark, says Simon. I had a few last night and I woke up with a really bad head. I had 4 Budweiser on Friday, felt okay. I had 4 Peroni yesterday, felt bad. I don't know what, just different beers, isn't it? Sorry for being a prat. I'm watching now and happy, says Lucas. Don't worry, Lucas. Villa, Newcastle, Brighton and West Ham all in Europe next season will be mental, says Harry Osman. Casemiro would have been sent off. I think he probably should have got a red, but they don't happen. It doesn't happen to anybody else. No, I didn't have a bad pint. I just think certain beers, you know, headed away by Maguire, they do cause me problems. Arsenal have got 4. It's 4-0 to Arsenal. I told you, one team will get 5. Genius Bridge. Prediction Bridge. Always right, Bridge. I'm not always right. I did say somebody will score 5 goals today. And that's not... How often does a team score 5 goals? Not that often. Well, it was Xhaka, Saka. Oh, it's ruined it. It's Xhaka, Saka, Partey. I wanted it to be Xhaka or Saka. Imagine if it had been Xhaka, Saka. Or Xhaka, Saka. But it's not. It's Xhaka, Saka, Partey. 4-0. I heard it's positive news on Anthony's injury. Yes, Ten Hag said before the game he expects him to be back for the final. Suryash, are you the one from India? Studied in St Stephen's, says Nickett. And... Xhaka, Saka, Partey. Oh, it's not a goal. It's not been given. We need a Goldbridge top 5 beers, says Jaden. It's 3-0. It's not been given. Partey's not scored. I might not be right about 5 goals then. There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time. Let's have a stretch. I am wearing my shorts today. It's been a very hot weekend. Everton and Mr. Sitter. Everton need to score or they're going out. It gets no simpler than that. Always need for a stretch, says Luke. There is. I think nice ball into Casemiro. He's been pinging these longer balls, Casemiro, but he slips it into Fred. What a ball by Fred! What a goal by Bruno! Well, I'll tell you what. Put him in the final. Not Bruno, Fred. Put Fred in the final. What a pass. What a pass by Fred. Tell you what, if Fred can do that, then we put him in the final. Put him in the final. What a ball that is by Fred. You'll know. I mean, we saw Casemiro the other day. That's magnificent. Absolutely great. Casemiro's overjoyed. Put Fred in the final. What a pass. What an assist by Fred that is. Slide rule takes out about 5 Fulham players. It's a bomb of a pass, that is. United leading here. And Bruno gets his goal. Easy streets. Fernandes with the goal. Sorry, we didn't really give Bruno much of the credit there, but Fred got the assist. Delightful, lovely pass. Absolute Fredinho, they're saying in the chat. It was a lovely pass. I want him to play in the final anyway. I think to have any chance against Manchester City, we need him to play in the final. You know, for his tenacity. But that puts Man United, yeah, if we win, we can't not finish in third. We're into third now, 75 points. Of course, we're 4 points ahead of Newcastle at the moment because they're drawing at Chelsea. I mean, that's quite a big gap, isn't it? You know, 4 points ahead of Newcastle is quite a big gap. Over a 38 game season, that's what that's what matters. Over a 38 game season, that's what matters. You know, Newcastle have had a good season, but we can get 75 and be third. Take that. Take that. Ladias says Liverpool in the mud. Well, it looked like they were going to tonk Southampton, didn't it? But 2-0 up to 3-2 down. I am from India and I went to St. Stephen's, says Suryash. Okay, something's going on in the chat. I think it is 4-0 to Arsenal now. It is 4-0 to Arsenal down. Right, can we continue the song? It is 4-0 to Arsenal. We don't know who the scorer is. No, Thomas Partey. I think it's Thomas Partey again. I think. No, it's Jesus. Xhaka, Saka, Jesus. 4-0 there. And Everton have scored. We've got a goal for Everton. A goal for Everton here. This is a big goal. Decore for Everton. I'll talk you through it now. This keeps Everton up at the moment. Just a shame. That's actually a decent player in Fred. Just a shame his form is like a yo-yo, says Joshua Bowwater. Just waiting to see the replay here. Oh, it's a great goal by Decore. What a hit. The crowd goes crazy. Massive goal. Massive goal. Smacks it on the edge of the box. What a hit. What a hit. Just falls to him on the edge of the box. And he smacks the shit out of it into the bottom corner. Big goal. Big goal. Big goal. Everton at the moment survive with 36 points. Leicester winning but on 34. Mark from 6th place, 56 points to 3rd, 75 points, 19 points difference. It says Beth Stepbro. I thought we got 59 points last year. When we beat City at Old Trafford, Fred man marked Kevin De Bruyne out of the game. Fred has to start the final, says Lee Berman. What a volley by Decore. It's a cracking goal. Everton fans are singing now. Deitch didn't even answer. Deitch didn't even react. I'm the fuck off. Just fuck off. You know what he did? Deitch just went like this. Walked off. Bottle of water. Fuck off. I don't even care. I'd rather Leicester stayed up. I'd rather Leicester stay up. Somebody just told me to check a tweet out. Can see. Well, there's nothing from Simon Stone at all. Not bad. Simon Stone tweet, says Rajan. There's nothing from Simon Stone. Oh, there's this. Oh, sorry, I missed it. There is a feeling Sheikh Jassim may be tempted to bid higher for Manchester United. That's coming in from Simon Stone, who's a very credible person. Basically says that Man United directors received an update on the potential sale on Thursday. There were rumours of a possible announcement Friday, but that did not materialise. Sheikh Jassim wants to buy the club. Okay. There were rumours. Okay. Next Saturday. I haven't already attended the... it's thought possible everyone will make a third. Simon Stone's getting the same bloody information as me. I said that yesterday on Twitter. Avram Glazer is expected to attend the FA Cup final on... I said that yesterday. It's mad, isn't it? It's a feeling you may go tempted to go higher. Well, thank you very much for letting us know about that. Simon Stone's a very good journalist. Works for the BBC. Oh, Beth's put a tweet out of herself in a New York bar enjoying the match. She won't enjoy it now. David De Gea scored, saved it. Let me go. Let me do something. Right, United are going to make some subs here. Southampton are 4-2 up against Liverpool. They might be the ones to hit 5 goals. Armstrong. Not the one who landed on the moon. The one who scored against Liverpool. And Leicester have scored. They're confirming. They're solidifying their status here, Leicester. They're 2-0 up. Of course, if Bournemouth equalise, they could still stay up. It's Faze. He's learned how not to score for the opposition. And he's scored. Faze. It's all going on. There's a fee. Yeah. Thanks, Jake. Thanks for the update. Xhaka is still on, Mark. Says Thomas Dyson. Have they scored as well? No. Well, I made a strong prediction here. This morning, I said one team will score 5 today. At least one team will score 5 goals. And at the moment, it could be Southampton or Arsenal. They're both on 4 with half an hour to go. If City win the FA Cup, then who will play in the Community Shield game? That's one for the chat, the contrarian. I must admit it came into my head not that long ago. But, Mark, I know it's not that's football, but do you think Bellingham will be a success at Madrid, says Gary? Yeah, I think he's a top player. Mark, people saying Kane will get you 25 goals. That's probably 2 or 3 against lower teams, as big teams have better defence, and I've figured him out. Osman for me, says Mike James. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine, Jet Set. Don't apologise for making a point. Crystal Palace have equalised against Forest, but free kick here for Fulham. Everton, it's going to be squeaky bum time because Everton might defend. Over the bar from Fulham. Everton might defend this, and I think that's the worst thing to do. I really do. I think it's the worst thing to do. Defend. Especially when it's relegation. If Everton start moving back towards their goal, it only takes a mistake. So Leicester have done all they can do. Leicester are 2-0 up. They're going to beat West Ham. They're going to get 33 points, I think. 34 points. They need Bournemouth to equalise. When's the next Cooking with Goldbridge, Mark, says Kenzie? I'll have more time to do it now the season's over, definitely. Salah will be doing a tweet about this. It's not acceptable. Who's going to get to 5 first? Southampton, please do it. Imagine if Southampton score 5 against Liverpool. I tell you what, I wish we'd actually drop point. There's the relegation battle as it stands, by the way. I've just got that added in for us. Big shout out to OneFootball. You can download it for free. Links in the video description or scan the QR code. Get all your latest breaking football news. That's how it looks at the moment. Everton are safe because they're winning. But if Everton draw, they drop down to 34. Fred's coming off for Ericsson. I think that's a good sign for the cup final. Martial's come on as well. Casemiro's coming off. Good. These are clever substitutions from Eric. Casemiro comes off for McTominay. Get yourself wrapped. Oh, I'm so bloody excited about the cup final. This cup final is going to be like being 10 again. This sunny day in London, it's going to be really hot as well. The weather is going to be really hot. So it's going to be everything like an FA Cup final. It's going to be so exciting. Of course, we might lose, but I just can't wait. Can't wait. Garnacho came off for Martial as well. So Rashford stays on, probably for match fitness. Ericsson on for Fred. Martial on for Garnacho. And Scott McTominay on for Casemiro. Just do a job. Do a job. Never takes Bruno off. Maguire only plays well with the double pivot ahead of him, says Jake. Or in a back 5. Yeah, weather in London next Saturday. 21 degrees. Nice clear skies. Love it. 3 o'clock. A 3 o'clock kickoff for a cup final as well. Be lovely. Lovely. We can't wait. Anyway, Fulham could equalise here. We've got to be a bit careful. That's how it's looking at the moment. Leicester are winning 2-0. But Everton are beating Bournemouth 1-0. If Bournemouth equaliser takes Everton to 34, and as you can see, Leicester have got better goal difference. Very exciting. Very exciting. Not if you're an Everton fan or a Leicester fan. You're going through the mill at the moment. Oh, you are. It's all going on. Fabrizio's just tweeted about Kim Min-jae. Spalletti has said, I hope Kim will stay at Napoli because he's incredible. He's the best centre-back in Serie A. I guess he has kind of push notifications on his phone when the ball is around. But Newcastle and Man United are interested. Leeds have got one back. It doesn't matter. You're going down. You're going down. Leeds have got one back. Doesn't matter. There's no scenario that they could stay up anyway. Harrison scored, but they can't stay up. It's the Everton-Bournemouth game and Leicester's hopes. Leicester are winning. I'm happy with those subs. Get Casemiro and Fred off and look at them next week. Keep them safe. Keep them safe. Wrap them up. West Ham cat fan here. Even if we win Europe, Moyes out, says Callum. When is the Conference League final? Is it on Wednesday? Mark, what we saying? Bum or melons, says Alex. We're not saying anything about that. It's on the 7th. When's the Europa League final then? Is it the Europa League final on Wednesday? I'll do a watch along for that. Southampton haven't scored their fifth. Liverpool have scored their third. It's 4-3. It's Cody Gakpo in the 72nd minute. And Spurs have... Oh, Leeds. Oh, Leeds. Oh, Leeds. Leeds have gone and... well, it's all going on at Everton as well here. Just trying to see what's happening. Pushing and shoving a bit. We've got another goal for Harry Kane. 3-1. Leeds got one back. Spurs scored at the other end. And Liverpool have made it 4-4. It's 4-4 down south. One of them's going to get 5. Liverpool have made it 4-4 in no time. Cody Gakpo gets one back. It's now 4-4. It's all going on. 4-4. Kane's unstoppable. He's got another goal as well. Leeds are falling apart. Who's going to get the 5th here? Who knows? Who knows? It's all going on though, that's for sure. I can't speak. Well, look, there's a bit of a... I've thoroughly enjoyed this afternoon. It's been weird. It's not been a normal watch-along. It's been... I'll be very interested to see the player ratings in the match reaction. I believe we will beat City next week. Much love from Nairobi, says Brian. I hope so, mate. This has been a very different... It's almost been like what the United Stand and That's Football would look like if they started mating. They've just merged into the two. And, you know, normally a United Stand watch-along is very focused on the United game, but there's so much going on. But there is a player down here for Everton, which is going to extend that game by a lot as well. Leicester haven't been relegated yet, Dean. Look at that. It's still going on. If Bournemouth equalise, they could still go down. We'll be in Qatar next week and return flight leaves at 3 p.m. UK, says Meki. For some reason, I thought game was on Sunday. Can't believe I booked that. What a prat, says Meki. Well, if you're in Qatar, why don't you have a chat with somebody? They might be able to sort you out with a TV or something. Mark, it's good to see that Ten Hag is making the right decisions at the right time. If this was Ollie would play the strongest team and not make any subs. I've got to say, Owen, I'm bouncing. I'm really don't want to start being an idiot, but I'm absolutely bouncing here. This FA Cup thing is just starting to really grab me, and I think the way Fred's played today, if he can play Fred and Casemiro and Anthony can be back, I think we've got a really, good chance of I'm not saying we're going to win, but I think we've got a good chance of giving ourselves every possibility of doing it. And that's all you can ask for at the end of the day. So I'm hopeful, but look, I'm excited about it as well. As I say, I used to love the FA Cup final as a kid. It sort of lost its way a little bit, but ever since then, not really. I don't know what happened in the Everton game. I don't really know. Yerry Mina's certainly up to something. Also, we've got this little thing going on that I tweeted this morning where I said at least one game somebody will score 5 goals. There's 3 teams who could do it. Southampton and Liverpool have both got 4 all. And Arsenal are 4-0 up against Wolves. So I'll either be wrong or right. Apparently Yerry Mina bit him. Well, he should be sent off then. Pickford Turty's hand. We will have the player ratings going up for you soon. Martial, I think, was offside. Tried to cut it back. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We're only 20 subscribers away from 655,000. Get involved with the channel. It's going to be a big summer and you want to be involved. We don't know the kickoff times for the pre-season games yet, do we? Because I'm hoping some of those will be early hours so we can do some watch-alongs. I like those. I like the early hours. New York! I tell you what, I think they're flirting with me here. I don't think anyone is going to get 5 goals. No, I do. I'm going to stay with it. Fred today symbolises how much a world-class number 8 can improve, says Manoj. Yeah, because he can do the defensive work. He's got the energy, but obviously he's very inconsistent. Mark, it's good to see that Ten Hag is making the right decisions at the right time. Yeah, I wanted to come back to that from Owen. Thanks for your super chats, by the way. You can do that through the $sign and we'll read those out. Thanks for your support. Rashford's coming off for Weghorst. And again, I think perfect timing, actually. Getting Casemiro and Fred off, very good idea. Obviously, he's rested Varane completely. Weghorst coming on for Rashford. You know, it's all, you know, Luke Shaw's been rested completely. Wan-Bissaka's been rested completely. It's all good. It's worked out really well for us. And Chelsea getting a point for us against Newcastle. If we can win here, it's all very good for us. David, thank you very much for your super chat there. Hopefully Wout will score. I hope so. Be a nice little send-off for him. Man United looking dangerous lately. You reckon it's because of Sancho playing well past few games, says Dave. Look, I can pick the finals. I can pick the team for the final pretty much now. Well, Leicester fans won't. Look, if Yerry Mina did bite Solanke, why is he still on the pitch? And that's what Leicester fans will be saying. Mark, it looks like Ten Hag is taking sub advice from Ricky, says Adam. But look, the defence is I would play Varane and Shaw because they played so well against Haaland in January. A lot of people would say you can't drop Lindelof. In the midfield, I would go Casemiro, Fred, Bruno, and then the front three is interesting. You can start with Sancho off the right, Rashford off the left, and Martial. But Rashford and Martial and Sancho are going to have to work really hard. I've got it. Arsenal got 5. Arsenal have got 5. I said it. I said somebody would score 5 today. Genius Bridge. Predictor Bridge. Always happens on the final day of the season. You get ridiculous scores. And it is 5-0 to Arsenal. If this goal stands, I've done it. We're just waiting to see. I think Mitrovic has just been booked. It's the Polish one. Kwior, that's it. Kwior. 5-0. Oh yeah, Mitrovic is just... Oh, he should be off for that. Why is he not off? He's thrown his head at him. Why is Mitrovic not off for that? How is that not a red for Mitrovic? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. He's thrown his bloody head at him. I mean, I thought it was a yellow for what he did on the floor. But then he throws his head at him like that. I think that's... Dan James is coming off there. But you know what? What if they go and equalise now? They should be down to 10 men. If you go Varane and Shaw, do you go Delo or Malacia at left back, says Pratt? Probably Malacia, I think. That should be a red card for throwing ahead. If it was Casemiro, it would have been a red. I don't know what these referees are doing, Ivan. You know what? This is not fucking charity weekend. It's week 38 of the Premier League. You can't just go, oh, it's the final day, I'm not going to send him off. He should be gone. You can't do that. I'd expect a Man United player to get sent off for that. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I agree with you, Ivan. Terence says, Wrexham versus United pre-season game is set at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Hope there's a chance for fans to meet the United stands, says Terence Stewart. Thank you very much, mate. Such a blatant red card. Such a blatant red card. And the referee's a complete and utter pillock. He should be struck off for that. What we got now then? Oh, it's final day. We understand it. What's Dermot Gallagher gonna say tomorrow on Sky? Well, at the end of the day, you know, everyone wants to go on their holidays. I've booked a lovely, you know, flat in Sevilla for me and the family. You know, I've got my speedos ready. I've got my fake tan. I'm ready to go. At the end of the day, it's a 10-match ban for that headbutt. But you know what? It's game 38. We're all looking forward to our holidays, so you know, just give him a yellow and play on. And you know what? If he does it again and breaks someone's leg, you know, it's not like we haven't made mistakes all season, is it? Fucking useless, useless. Hi Mark, Guerrera. Would you take Guerrera from Dortmund as a free agent? Watch a lot of him. He's class, says Peter. I'd like to see us going for players like that. But, you know, what I mean by that is like shock players. I'm fed up. I tell you what, I won't miss that this season. Crap refereeing. I will not miss it. Good save by De Gea. What is that? Why is it not gone to VAR, says Des? It has. It's idiotic. And I haven't seen the Yeremina thing. But if he's bit Solanke, then he should have been sent off as well. But I just find it disgusting. You cannot have inconsistency to that level. 5-0 to Arsenal. Check my latest tweet at Mark Goldbridge. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, Liverpool Southampton's getting that Man United West Brom vibes, isn't it? 82 minutes. Dave's had a great game. Could be man of the match. Kick-off times for Manchester United. I've just had them from Ryan, our producer. Lyon, 2 p.m, which I think is in Edinburgh. Arsenal, 10 p.m. at night in New York. Wrexham in Houston, 3:30 a.m. These are UK times. Real Madrid, 3:30 a.m. And Dortmund, 2 a.m. So that'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. What we got? 10 minutes. Bruno's coming off. July 22nd, Arsenal is at 5 p.m. Eastern Time and is in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium. Hope you get your tickets, Mark. I spent a good amount on mine, says Anthony. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you there. Still trying to sort a show out in New York to make it worth coming over. Pelestri's coming on. Player ratings are out. Just about to get them now. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I'm tempted to say Brentford have scored against Man City. There you go. Brentford have scored against Manchester City. Man City, of course, have made a lot of changes. It's not a game they need to win. 92 points, though, for them. Not 95. Welcome to the Members Club, Brandon. Appreciate it, mate. Peter says, hi, Mark. We've done that one. And thank you very much, Anthony. Thanks for all your super chats and welcome to all the members, by the way. Brentford have scored against Man City, which I've just told you about. Just about to drop the link in the video description for player ratings. UnitedStand.com. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Man City got 89 points. Oh, of course, they drew with... It's not a great... Yeah, they've sort of took their foot off the pedal, haven't they, really? When all said and done. That's what they've done. They've took their foot off the pedal a little bit there. 5 minutes to go. I heard something about a penalty for Chelsea. I think it was a joke. Yeah, it must have been because it's still 1-1. If Brentford beat them, they're the only team to beat City twice. Somebody just said, wow, Brentford are winning. I don't think it's a wow. We're only 10 subscribers away from 655,000, so please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Let's see if we can do it on the final day. Don't forget, next week we'll have the FA Cup for you as well. 3 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. De Gea's made a cracking save again. For me, man of the match by a long way. Another save by Dave. Thanks, Mark, for this community. Please go the Glazers, says Des Reynolds. Thanks, Des. Thank you very much for your super chat. You're very kind. Black or white pudding, says Shane. I like them both. I like them both. McTominay, a bit late there as well. Could have got a yellow. Phoenix enjoyed the watch along. It's been great. Yeah, McTominay has been booked. Yeah, he left his foot in after the tackle. It was a good tackle, and then he left his foot in. It was a yellow. Come on, look at what he did when the player went through. I think it was a yellow. Well, you know what? There's still a little bit of time here, but I'm very happy with what Man United have achieved this season. Obviously, I understand a lot of it is going to come down to the... oh, you're going to love my title for the match reaction. I predicted the score. Oh, I'm on it today. I predicted the bloody score as well. I said 2-1 before the game. You know I did. You bloody know I'm Roddy Peckering. I said 2-1. Done it again. I said one team. I said that at least one team would score 5 goals today, Arsenal, and I said Man United would win 2-1. No one likes a big head. Shut up. But I'm still right. Thanks for all you do, brother. Do you think Sancho is better off the right? I do, Samuel. My brother Jack loves watching you over Arsenal, says Nathan. Thank you very much. Everton are still not safe. You know, that could still change. If Bournemouth equalise, Leicester are winning, got better goal difference, Everton go down. I would just be terrified. The ref must be puffing what I've been on for the last 90 minutes, says Nathaniel. And Mark, fancy a pint in the Hairy Lemon when you're in Dublin? Looking forward to the gig. Glazers out, says Marcus S. And I'll certainly be having a pint in the Hairy Lemon at some point when I'm over. And Baggy says, the sun sets on another season. A big round of applause to Mark and his team. Thanks for all your hard work. Here's to next season, says Baggy. Not quite, mate. We've got a massive summer ahead of us and we've got a massive game next Saturday. Looking forward to it. Big week. Big week. Yeah, I'm just thinking there, if I was an Everton fan, oh, God, terrible. I'd be absolutely terrified. One thing I want the team to have more is a ruthlessness for next season. We have a habit of letting off the press after scoring goals, says SD. Yeah, well, even Ten Hag said that in an interview before the game. There's still a lot of work to do. Here's Martial. Beckhorst on the back post. Sancho. Professional. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Inhale. Oh my God. Please don't tell me there's anybody out there that says we should keep Weghorst. Oh my God. Oh my God. Sancho's there like you've just messed up an assist. That's, you know what, it's a good job that doesn't matter. Ten Hag's just like this. Yeah. You know what? It's sad though because it would have been nice. Renate's just gifted 10 memberships. Member of the mods, fantastic, Renate. Thanks for doing that. Yeah, he's. It would have been nice for him to score that. Everton fans are shitting themselves here. Imagine if that was in the cup final next week. Yeah, bad. It was a bad miss. It was a bad miss. That would have been perfect send-off for him, says Derek. He should be sent off for missing that. Talking about sending off, it should have been sent off. So, looks like Southampton 4-4 with Liverpool. United obviously winning 2-1. Leicester 2-1. West Ham did get a goal back. Spurs are winning 3-1 against Leeds, but it won't be enough for Conference League football because Villa are beating Brighton 2-1. Arsenal beat Wolves 5-0. City are losing to Brentford 1-0 at Brentford. Chelsea 1-1 Newcastle. For us, that's fine because we're winning. Crystal Palace 1-1 with Forest. And obviously Everton, Bournemouth is really interesting because if Bournemouth get an equaliser, it would be nervy times for Everton. Basically, they're down if they draw. Will Hughes scored for Crystal Palace. Boo! You know why we boo him. You know why we boo him. Darren says, thanks for all you and the team have done. Big up the United stand, and here's hoping for a good summer and new owners. Yeah, looking forward to it, Darren. Don't forget to tune in over the summer. Barella or Rice, I think he'd be suited to the Prem and cheaper, says Pete. I'd be happy with either. Sue Smith on Sky just said Weghorst would not want to see that again, says Pauline Brooks. Sue Smith on Sky is right. Still a minute to go here. Crystal Palace has finished with Forest 1-1. Don't forget to do your player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Palestri man of the match. I'll tell you what, Everton could play for another 20 minutes. They've had so many players going down injured. Connor Cody's down at the moment there. That will still be live when we're on the match reaction. Don't you worry about that. Well, I know who I want man of the match. 10 minutes added on. 10 minutes have been added on at Goodison. They've still got another 7 to go, so they'll definitely still be live when we're on the match reaction there. Manchester United, I think it's over. I think we've won. Just waiting for confirmation. Yes, Manchester United 2-1. We'll finish in 3rd place. And to me, that's a result I'm very, very happy with. Let's get over to the match reaction then, because we'll have Everton on while we're there. And player ratings, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I know who should be man of the match, but I don't want to be seen as bias. And we'll see you over there in a moment. Looking forward to it. And we'll be able to catch up on the latest sale news, which is coming from Simon Stone as well. I'll see you in a minute.